Replicon Radio. Replicon Radio. Talking shit with the juggalos on Replicon Radio. Giving a lesson, don't be a bitch. Replicon Radio. Yeah. This is Replicon Radio.
Hi, y'all. If you'd like to be a proud sponsor of Replicon Radio, shoot us an email at Therepliconiswatching at gmail.com for more information.
Yeah. What up, y'all? Welcome.
What up?
My ninjas.
It's Monday. We're live. Replicon Radio. Tonight on the show, we got Congressman Curly,
We're getting political up in here.
Curly Congressman.
a.k.a. Comedian Tony ZORC. We're going to get the best of both worlds. But we're here. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.
All of them.
We're there. If you don't follow us on one of those, then you should start.
Shame on you.
And you should go like all the videos on all of the platforms.
Like them.
Like them.
Like them a
free.
lot.
It's free.
Everybody loves free shit.
Like them a lot.
It gives you dopamine too. You know, so go get that. We're all short on that.
Does it? Does liking the video give you dopamine?
Yeah, because it makes you feel good. You're supporting us.
Hell yeah.
And it doesn't cost them money to support us.
Go get your motherfucking dopamine.
What up, Art Man, you sexy mother lover?
Hey. Art Man in the motherfucking head. None of us are dressed up, but I guess technically this is our Halloween.
I got my Halloween shirt on, but I don't have a costume.
Okay, so again, none of us are dressed
Hold on.
up.
Give me a minute here to feel.
He said, hold on. What are you going to do? Paint your face?
He gonna go get his hockey mask.
Oh.
What's up, homie?
Tigger Tinker in the motherfucking heel. Art Man in the motherfucking house.
Yeah, bitch. What's up?
I actually prefer that.
I bet you do. You like a sexy man in a mask. It's your kink.
The embodiment is actually in another house this week.
Why is it
Yeah. My own house.
Because my mic is our mic.
Oh.
You do that, you're going to fuck everything up. Normally his is too, but he's not here.
Right.
Yeah.
I got you. Why you take it off, bro? Oh, he putting a whole get up on.
No. I don't know how well you can hear me in that.
Oh,
just
loud and
fine.
clear.
Just fine. I could leave it on, but it'll make it hard to drink this beer.
That probably wouldn't happen.
I probably prefer that too.
You recognize that cup? Look at that. That's an old school throwback right there.
You stole that from Food Bar?
Stole it from the food bar.
I did. I confiscated it.
You're borrowing it.
Yeah, I'm borrowing it long term.
Nice.
And now I'm glad I did because the place doesn't even exist anymore.
Right. Now you got a little piece of history, St. Louis history in your house.
It survived 2 moving purges, so it's in our house now.
Oh, you might have jinxed it. Hope you don't move again.
No, I want to eventually. I want a bigger fucking house.
Well, you got shit to take care of before you can do that.
Oh yeah, always.
Oh yeah.
But thankfully, I've walked into equity in this house, so like all I got to do is just not fuck it up, and you know, in a few years we'll be able to get out of this motherfucker. We like it here though. For now.
In the ghetto.
Although technically I'm not necessarily in the ghetto. I'm kind of like in between the ghettos.
I was down in your hood fucking Wednesday night.
Oh, nice. Where at?
Till 3:00 in the morning. Peppers.
Oh yeah. That's close to my house.
Yeah,
I don't
like,
go there, man. Those bartenders are assholes. Now, I say that I've been there. The last time I was there was probably like 5 years ago. But every time we went there, those bartenders are just fucking jerks.
oh, dude, I chopped it up. What was her name? Danielle. I chopped it up with her. She was cool. She was a bartender, and then
Yeah.
I don't remember the security dude that was down there, but he was cool as shit. But him and I were chopping it up all that well.
Yeah, the staff has always been. They always had a fucking chip on their shoulder every time we went there. But like I said, this was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was my first time actually being in there. I passed that place 1,000 times.
It's nice and it's a lot bigger than it looks from the outside. Because like the outside looks real tiny, and then you walk in there like, oh, there's a small bar, and then you go around the corner, and it's like, holy shit, there's a huge game room.
Oh yeah, it's a nice place, man. I like it.
It's always packed on the weekends. So, I mean, they do good business over there.
Oh yeah. That place is always fucking packed. Like Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, that place is fucking slamming.
Yep.
Every time I drove by there, which was usually on Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. Sometimes on Tuesdays, it was always packed. There's cars just lined up in the street, the parking lot, everything was jam packed there.
Yeah.
They were slow Wednesday night though when we were up there. There was, I think, like 6 of us, and then there was a couple other people, like 2 or 3 other people in the bar.
Yeah.
It was a good time though.
Hell yeah. You went there after Jelly Roll?
Yeah.
You didn't go to the official Jelly Roll after party?
No, but I ran into Preach.
Did you?
Yeah. We went for a little elevator ride to go meet up with a buddy of mine.
Yeah.
And I seen Preach getting it. Like, I was already in the elevator.
Preach.
Him and, like, I don't know. There was a group of people, like, trying to get in the elevator. I said, fuck it, just bring it in here, man. Pile in. I seen Preach. I'm like, Preach, motherfucker, what's up? He's like, Roo! I'm like, yeah, what's up, dog? He's like, after party. I'm like, where the fuck's it at? And he was getting off the elevator, and the elevator door was closing, so I didn't catch where it was at, and I didn't bother looking it up. I didn't. I really should have just came home. I really had no business going anywhere else.
Yeah, well, what kind of life is that?
Facts.
That's no fun. We should all always just go home.
I ran into left-handed Cindy. Don't ask me. We shook hands left-handed. I called her left-handed Cindy.
You ran into her as if it was someone you previously knew?
No, we just kind of met.
Okay, so you met left-handed.
Well, if you needed a place to crash since you were right next to my house, you could have just hit me up. I don't know how to answer, but
That wasn't even in the cards, bro. I wasn't even thinking like that.
I understand. You're at Pepper's till 3. You're not thinking like that. You're like, hell yeah, where's the next place? Pops?
Facts. And then I did. Well, the only reason why we went is because I ran into, like, we sat after the show, we sat in our seats, the all-inclusive box. We were still sitting there, and the waitress come over, and they're like, she goes, you guys, you want another drink? I'm like, I'm looking around like people are leaving, like show's over with, lights are all on, the fucking stages are being torn down. And I'm like, is that possible? She goes, yeah. I'm like, all right, well, hell, why not?
Hell yeah.
So we're sitting there, just drinking. We get done with that one. She's like, you guys want another one? I'm like,
yeah.
Is that
She's
possible?
trying to get that tip, dog.
Oh, no. That's the only reason why she was getting them for us, because I tipped her pretty damn good already. I'm like, no, I think we're going to get ready to go. I mean, like, you guys are ready trying to get out of here and shit. And they're like, she's like, no, we got a bunch of shit still to do. You guys are perfectly fine. I'm like, nah, we're going to get out of here. So we went out to the parking garage. And I ran into, I started handing out flyers because the fucking garage was slam packed with people. I'm like, fuck, we ain't going nowhere for a while. So I had a little stack of flyers, probably like 30, 40 of them in my door. And I grabbed them and I started handing the motherfuckers out. I'm like, we got an interview with Jelly Roll, blah, blah, blah. We built a platform for independent artists, blah, 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 blah. I said, take it, throw it out the window on the way home. I don't give a shit what you do with it, but check us out if you want.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate it if you do.
If anybody listening got a flyer from Rue at Jelly Roll, leave a comment.
Yeah, we love you. And then
maybe you'll win a prize or something.
There was like 4 people.
Maybe Rue will win a prize.
There was like 4 other people. They were standing there. I walked over and I was talking with them, gave them a flyer. I can't remember dude's name, but the dude's done a lot of sports shit. And if I get this little sports show up, I told him to send us an email. So if you get an email from a weird guy, let me know.
Oh, here's my phone. I got fucking thousands of them.
No,
Thousands of emails from weird guys.
Not weird. I don't mean like weird, but like him talking like rude. Like all he has to do is say Rude told me to hit you guys up or whatever. If you get one, because I can't remember his fucking name. But like dude's done a lot of sports shit and shit. I'm like, dude, I'd like when I started up, dude, yes, I would love to fucking have you on. If I don't get it started up, I'd like to have you on our show just for 20 minutes or so.
I would tell you for years we have sports people on here.
So then they're like, well, we're gonna go to the dock house. And I'm like, fuck, I ain't never been there. I'm like, fuck, I'll follow you guys there.
It was Wednesday?
Yeah.
God,
So
I can't wait to tell you what I did on Thursday.
So I followed them to the dock house. It was closed.
Oh.
I'm like, fuck. They're like, well, where are we going to go now? I'm like, dude, Heavy Anchor's right around the fucking corner. Let's go there. I ain't never been there, but let's go. Get over there. They're fuck closed. I'm like, fuck, dude.
Damn.
Dude was like, where are we going to go now? I'm like, dude, Peppers is right down the street. They're like, fuck it, let's go to Peppers. So we just all busted a U-turn in the middle of fucking Market.
I spent my Thursday at Dock House.
Did you?
Yes. I've never been there in my life.
Nice.
It was so fun.
Never been there, but they had a friend of theirs that works there. And apparently she'd called them or whatever and said that they were closed while we were on our way. So we pulled in the fucking alley and he jumped out and I'm like, I don't know these people from Adam. And I'm like, should I be worried right now or what, man? Like, they were cool as fuck, man. They're really good people. You know how I am with like meeting strangers.
Is the dock house that one across the street from Advanced Auto Parts?
Yeah, it looks like a house.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go there because that is also right next to my house. And it's like, we've never been there. So
I love this story because literally Thursday night, I had the most fun with strangers at the Dock House.
Yeah. I mean, these people are cool as shit. You know me, I really don't like oh yeah, you know me. It's not me to be like, yeah, sure, I'll follow a bunch of strangers to go drink some beers or whatever. Not like me at all. But I was like, they seemed cool because we were sitting out of the parking lot. And the dude was like, you got any beers in your car? And I'm like, I sure the fuck would if the show was at Pop's, but it's at the Enterprise Center. And I don't know any better. I'm like, Plus, I had a fucking suite that we were just drinking for free. And so I really didn't think about bringing
I didn't need drunk beers
cooler.
because I just want to get in there where the beer is free.
Right.
Yeah.
I said, had this show been at fucking Pop's where I've seen Jelly Roll thousands of fucking times, damn right we would have had liquor in the fucking car waiting.
But no, now he's Mr. Big Shot and he sells out arenas.
Oh, this place was fucking slammed, dude. It was packed. Like, I could see Jelly Roll playing there, but when I went for the Suicide Boys, it didn't make any fucking sense for the Suicide Boys because there was a lot of empty seats at Suicide Boys. Yeah. I know one was a Sunday, but this was a Wednesday fucking night though too. So I mean, school nights, whatever. Jelly Roll. For granted, Jelly Roll is a lot bigger now, physically, and
lost 100 pounds.
It's the only place they could fit his stage in because of his big ass.
He did. He actually, you could tell he actually lost weight though. He has lost a lot.
I like his little rain effect for his sad song.
Dude, that was badass, dude. Believe it or not, like his whole fucking set was fucking phenomenal.
I saw a viral reel of him standing in the rainfall at the Enterprise Center.
It was actually like raining around him. He didn't get wet at all.
Oh, well, maybe it was a different show. It looked like because it came out like right after he did his show in St. Louis, and he was standing underneath the fucking rainfall for part of it. He was probably doing it because he was hot and sweating his ass off with all the pyrotechnics he got.
Yeah, he had all that. And he had literally had a horseshoe stage. And I'll tell you what, bro, I'm not big on new country fucking music by any means. And I even texted P and Tony about this. I couldn't wait to get back to talk about this on the show. Because I was kind of like leery about going. Like, even I told P, I'm like, I don't even know if I really want to fucking go, man, because I don't.
Well, I was all sad because I wasn't there. I'm like, shut up.
I'm like,
have fun.
I don't want to I don't want to listen to a bunch of sappy, sad shit, And he's like, he plays a mixture of stuff. You'll be all right. And I'm like, yeah, but I want to hear some old shit.
He did his little hip hop medley I told you about, right?
Yeah, but that was like the older shit. Yeah. And that was cool as fuck because it was just enough to fulfill what I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
Like, The only thing that irritated me, which I wish he would have did smoking section
For real.
entirety.
Yeah.
The only thing, because that song to him has a lot of fucking meaning behind it, and it also, like, to a lot of people too as well. And I'm really surprised that he didn't do that as a whole. He just did that in his little melody, which was cool. Like I said, like I got my old school Jelly Roll fill, and even the new shit, man. Like there wasn't a song he didn't do that I didn't know.
Right.
So it was badass. You know, I mean, seeing Jelly Roll at Pops, I enjoy that a lot more just because it's more personal.
Yeah.
But dude, seeing him rock the fucking Enterprise Center that holds like 22,000 people, whatever it is, that was packed.
It's a different thing.
Way different.
Yeah.
But the vibe was like old school, like chills down my neck, dude. Like old school, like
It's
just
still
hit.
jelly.
Yeah.
It's just a million other people are enjoying it.
And yes, I did shed tears because I was watching this man sell out a fucking Enterprise Center
Right.
and knowing that the dude came up with nothing and like just following him for all the years.
Playing fucking third stage of the gathering and shit.
Right. And just watching the man just play, you know, just work his ass off.
His first tour was opening for Twisted.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, and he showed a lot of love to the underground too, man. And he even shouted out Pops, and he shouted out Delmar Hall. He shouted out what's the shitty one down
Replicon
there?
Radio.
No, he didn't. I was waiting for it though.
Yeah.
I kind of was like, is he?
Dude, that would be fucking sick if he did that on stage.
Because I mean, he knows we're from St. Louis, so I was kind of like waiting on it because he shouted out what is that down there on the loop?
Blueberry Hill,
Yeah.
No, the pageant. He shouted out
Delmar Hall, the pageant, the Duck Room, Blueberry Hill.
Yeah, he didn't say anything about the Duck Room. I don't think he's ever played there.
Fubar.
Yeah, he did shout out the Foo Bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, like that, like
Yeah, we saw him just hanging out with Mercules in fucking Fubar.
yeah.
Fubar.
Yeah, dude, I mean, it was
It's
a whole
fun.
different
That
vibe.
place, yeah.
It was like I said, man. Like I couldn't wait to get here on Monday to tell everybody about this show because if you guys listened to last week's show before the concert, you heard me like I don't know, man. I went into it open minded too, though.
Yeah.
Like I'm sitting there texting P while I'm inside, you know, before the show even started. I'm like, dude, look at all you should see all these fucking new people, like all these fucking cowboy, like South County cowboy fucking wannabe people and shit, dude. Like it was fucking cracking me the fuck up.
But he's still Jelly Roll.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, it's
100%.
Like that's the part that gets you.
And I'm
Fuck all these other people that came out of nowhere. Like he's still him.
And I thought I was going to put my foot in my mouth at one point because I was like, man, there's a lot of new Jelly Roll fans. I've been listening to Jelly Roll for a long time, and this is fucking weird to me. Looking at all these fucking people is weird. And I thought the dude was going to say something because I didn't know if he knew Jelly back in the day or if he's like a new fan. But he's like, yeah, man, I've been listening to Jelly Roll since about like 2015 or so. I got introduced to him. I'm like, oh, so you know some of his older shit then?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. Well, I've been following him since like 2000, bro. Like, he's like, no shit that long. I'm like, yeah. He got into like kind of like talking about music. And he's like, I'm like, well, I kind of felt bad because you weren't wearing what I'm wearing. Yeah, dude. Like, I felt like I knew who was old school fans. And you could tell who the new school fans were.
Yeah.
Old school fans were like pretty much dressed like me. Jeans, fucking baggy jeans, baggy shirt, ready to fucking rock. The new school fans had fucking trucks and cowboy hats and fucking tight ass jeans, bro. Everywhere. And then the chicks were wearing cowboy hats, cowboy boots. And I'm like, what the fuck? I felt like I was at a fucking circus, bro.
Well, it was a country concert.
I like literally felt like it was like the gathering. You know, everybody dresses different at the gathering. But it was like a weird vibe, man. So I already tipped off before the show even started. I'm like, what the fuck am I getting myself into? And then these old ladies in front of us before we even got in the fucking door. We had actually got delayed getting into the box because they were waiting on something. So they ended up opening up later. So we didn't get in till 6. We were supposed to get into 5:30, but we didn't. They didn't open up the doors for us till 6. But this gal, like one of the security guys, came out and he's like, "Yeah, sorry guys, but we're delayed right now. We won't be opening until 6." We're like, "What the fuck?" And the one guy was like, "Do you know who I am? My cousin's Alexandria Kay." And he's like, "Really? Well, why the fuck ain't you down there with her? Why you up here?" Like, I fucking started rolling, bro. I laughed my ass off because that motherfucker checked that bitch real fucking quick, and I was laughing my ass off. And everybody kind of like turned around at me because I was like laughing. I was like, "Bro, that shit was fucking hilarious. And why aren't you down there with her?" And then she's like, "Well, because she's got my mom and my sister and my blah, 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 this and that." And I'm like, "Bitch, shut the fuck up. Nobody gives a shit about you. That's why you're here. And everybody else is down there because she don't give a fuck about you." Oh, it was fucking hilarious though, man, because that security dude just checked the shit out of her. I was fucking rolling, and there was other people that were chuckling too. And I was like, because she came up, like we're all just kind of standing around, just minding our business, you know. She knew a couple people that were there, so she already came up loud and obnoxious, just being a fucking pain in the ass. Yeah. So, and everybody was like, "This fucking bitch." So when that fucking happened, dude, it was just fucking hilarious. He just made her feel so fucking stupid. It was fucking hilarious. And then, but right off, man, that Alexandria Kay, she's pretty fucking good. I'm not a big country female fan of female artists by any means, but this girl was really fucking good. Her voice, her music.
Is that the one you kept misspelling Mariah Carey about?
No. Mariah Carey coming.
Mariah Carey.
Every single time. I was like,
well, I'm like, Mariah Carey. I'm like, Carey. How the fuck does she spell Carey?
My man was feeling good that night.
Well, I mean, there's like 20 different ways to spell fucking Carey. But yeah, dude, she was, and the other dude, what the hell is Zach Zion or whatever the fuck his name was? He was all right. His sound was horrible. At first, her music, she came out first. She was phenomenal. Her music sounded great. The band that was playing behind her, the sound was just phenomenal. But then this dude came out, and it was literally like, listen to a bunch of fucking highs and no bass, no lows, no nothing. It was like, what the fuck is happening? But halfway through his set, they actually figured it out, and he actually was pretty good too. So I was kind of getting hyped for Jelly Roll. Then he had this DJ Cool Chill or whatever the fuck his name was.
Yeah,
like Jelly Roll's DJ.
Yeah, DJ Chill.
Yeah, DJ Chill. And I'm like, dude, Replicon Radio should be down there hosting this because we'd be doing a lot fucking better than this motherfucker. Right. This dude like couldn't figure out if he wanted to drink or if he wanted to hype up a crowd. He couldn't do both.
Oh, both. That's what I wanted to do.
He couldn't do both. And he got to suck, to be honest with you.
Boo.
Like, that was like doing shit was he did his job. Jelly Roll's DJ did his job, but this guy that they had host,
yeah, trash.
Like he didn't have a clue what he was fucking doing. I mean, it's not real hard to pump up a fucking crowd, man. Not at all.
Pump it up.
But
I thought you were saying my name.
Is your name Pump? No.
And then when Jelly Roll came on, like as soon as Jelly Roll hit, it gave me old school vibes. And he you know, I mean, it wasn't nothing old school that he even did. It was just like fucking Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll's coming out. Like I've never seen a bad show from Jelly Roll. This is going to be fucking awesome. And it was cool because he like anytime he had like the Whistle Chapel, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, Whistle Chapel.
Yeah, Whistle Chapel. Anytime he did a song from that, he literally like had the church burning.
Yeah.
And that was cool as fuck. Like it literally like came down and then went up, came down, you know, and like it was in the air on fire sometimes. But dude, it was fucking badass. Just like his whole set. Like you wouldn't have gotten that. Never. You wouldn't have even gotten close to what I seen at this show back in the day.
Oh no.
I mean,
that's how it was when we saw him. I mean, he was like that at Riverport, and then me and Tony went to whatever the fuck that thing was called.
Memphis. River on the bend, whatever the fuck. River Beach.
That was a fucking massive, like pyro out the ass.
That was crazy.
You wouldn't even get a banner.
He even had real lightning. I don't know how he pulled that out of his ass.
fucking Will Storm. Yeah, he was. They were supposed to shut it down for like 30 minutes, and he's like, "Fuck it, we're gonna keep going.
Yeah.
I'll take the fine or whatever. Like,
Oh yeah, he don't give a shit.
I'll die."
But I did find out. I guess a few years ago he bought property, like 500 acres.
Just like you're talking about a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I guess a few weeks ago.
Yeah, he just went there for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And apparently he asked his dad like, how come we never had a fucking farm or whatever? Mm-hmm. And his dad was like, I wish I would have put my money on dirt. And so Jelly Roll ends up buying that fucking property because of his dad or whatever. I thought that was kind of cool. We were talking about that today a little bit.
Good evening, Rob. My aunt is 2 months pregnant with my kid.
What the fuck?
Glad you're here, bro.
Right. But yeah, man, dude, this show was fucking fantastic. Now, with that being said, do I need to go see another one and spend $200-$300? I did get count for our tickets that we had, but
did you guys sell those?
Yeah.
Not for what you were asking?
No.
Okay, I was like, that's fine.
I took a hit on. I took a $50 hit on them.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, from what we paid. It wasn't bad though. You figured $350. You tickets are $170, and that's before taxes, or before the fees. So I'm selling to you for what you're seeing them for on the website without fees. Yeah. By the time you get done with fees, you're paying $200 a fucking ticket.
So expensive.
Yeah. Now, do I need to? Now, seeing this show, do I need to go spend the same amount of money to go watch them again? Not one bit.
I don't think anybody does.
Not one bit.
Too much. Too much to me.
Well, the fees are fucking trash.
Yeah.
It's robbery. Them fees. It's fucking robbery.
They're damn near double. They're pretty much the same price as a ticket.
Right. Yeah, it's stupid.
They're robbing the shit out of people with these fucking fees. You know, I can see you maybe paying a $5 fee, but you pay, like, if you buy 4 tickets, you pay 4 different fees. Fuck you. It should be one processing fee. I buy 4 fucking tickets at one time.
Which
should be one process.
Be a thing anyway. It's a fucking
no, not at all.
It's a website, bro.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, you click like they don't. Literally, they don't have to do anything.
No,
there's no fee for that. There's no convenience. You know what I mean? Like what?
And I like physical tickets because eventually, one day, it might be worth something to somebody. Especially if you guys just get
fucking remember or something.
Yeah, and it's a memory for you. Yeah, you know.
The show. Yeah, it's absurd. The prices are absurd.
I understand. Well, the convenience fee, I'm assuming, came out of like the need of like, you know, running the website and all that stuff. That's fine. There is an overhead for, you know, hosting such a big website, but I mean, the fees are it's just robbery at this point. It's like, you know, ordering from Papa John's and they're like, okay, well, the delivery fee is $6, and then you only tip the fucking driver $5, but the driver doesn't get that delivery fee. It's bullshit. They're like, what good does Papa John's have to do with charging a delivery fee? It costs them nothing to have a delivery driver go out besides their hourly pay.
And that's so shit anyways.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the same thing with the ticket websites. Yeah, you got to run the servers and all that shit. But
they literally just send you a fucking ticket to your fucking account on your phone or whatever.
Yeah, they don't even mail you actual ticket stubs anymore. So like they don't have to mail nothing. Like their operating costs have gotten cheaper. How have their fees gone up? It makes no sense.
Give me the option to go down and pick them up or go buy them from the box office without fees then. But you can't because everything's online now.
Yep, your nephew's right there in the chat. It's right before you there. Rob, your aunt's here.
Your auntie's sister nephew.
She's pregnant. You need to take care of her.
You should probably, respond to your text messages.
Facts.
Your family is worried about you.
It was a lot of fun, and I don't know if the alcohol played a fact, but I didn't really drink as much as I normally would, or as much as I have before with them seats.
Yeah.
So I don't want to say like the alcohol had any effect because I really.
I mean, of course it does.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I didn't. It's not like I was just like.
You didn't only have fun because you were drinking.
Well, I wasn't pounding drinks because I wanted to like see how good this show was going to be. So then when Jelly Roll hit the stage and I got halfway through a set, then the drinks were starting to go down a little bit more. But the dude sounded fucking great.
Hell Shout out to Jelly Roll.
Hell yeah! all
Shout out
that.
to his tech team for real. I mean, I've seen him now that he's blown up a couple times, and it like he never has any audio issues. It always sounds clean. Like, you know, you don't always get that, but we all know how shows go. So shout out to his tech team that keeps that shit crisp.
Yeah, I don't know if he has one with the Enterprise Center or if they have their own people that come in.
The man has a fleet of semi trucks that carry his fucking stage around. Of course,
If you've seen the stage, that's why, because the stage is like literally a fucking mile big.
I know he has a tech team.
Oh yeah, they got it all figured out and dialed in.
I watch him. I literally watch him tear down the fucking stage. He had literally two. Well, he had a horseshoe stage, and then he had one with the DJ where all the water come down.
Boo that guy.
Yeah, the DJ dude wasn't all that good. Well, the DJ's music was fine. It was the guy that was hosting it that he could have done without.
Oh, that was a different guy, I think. DJ Chill was the DJ.
Yeah, and then they had a different guy.
Yeah, I don't know who that guy was.
Doing the host.
DJ Chill's been around since back in the day. They were the ones hosting that after party.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's fine. He was fine. The shit that he was playing was fine. And even like there's country shit playing in between sets, and I'm like, bro, if this is at Pops, I'd be hearing fucking Twisted, ICP. I'd be fucking hearing some rap. I'm getting all nothing but country coming out these fucking speakers.
You're at a country concert.
No,
Jelly Roll,
I am not at a country concert. I'm at a Jelly Roll.
You just told me what everybody there looked like.
I understand. Majority of them.
Yeah, Juggalos go to Pops. Country people go to Enterprise Center.
Well, it was funny because we were sitting out in the park and in the parking garage, and like I seen this fucking Ford F-150 jacked up come through. I'm like, oh, there's a new fan. Another little fucking Toyota truck come pulling through. I'm like, oh, there's a new fan. And then some old raggedy old beat up fucking beater comes driving through. I'm like, oh, there's an old fan right there. That's an old school motherfucker.
All his old fans got to be broke.
Oh man, because we just don't give a fuck.
No, none of us are Canadian. Nephew Rob.
No, dude, yeah, you can definitely tell. I mean, they're like even some like the nicer cars, you can definitely tell. Like, oh, they're old school too. But
he was like, whoop whoop.
I seen one dude, one motherfucker, and that was when I went upstairs. Bro, I took a little elevator ride to go upstairs. I was one guy wearing the Biggest Loser fucking shirt.
Hell yeah.
One guy, and I'm like, I'm like, dude, no shit, dude. You're the only motherfucker I've seen wearing that fucking shirt. You're the only motherfucker that probably been listening to him just as long as I have.
Hell yeah.
And he's like, yeah, bro, I've been listening to her a long time. I'm like, yeah, since like 2000 here. And he's like, yeah, me too. It's been like 2005 though. I'm like, fucking phenomenal. He goes, the shirt's kind of old. Yeah, it had a couple stains on it. It was kind of old, but it looked good.
Hey man, you can't get that mustard out no matter how hard you try.
Fuck, you can't even get that shirt anymore.
You can't get any of that stuff anymore.
No, I'm glad I talked to this little merch dude down and got all them CDs. They're all still wrapped up. Not even one open.
Oh, yeah. What was that?
That was at the Pop Show. Yeah.
I wonder if he still has his same merch guys, like from when he was coming up. Like when he got big enough to have a merch guy, I wonder if he still employs those people.
I mean, I know Scary's still working for him, and a bunch of other people are still working for him.
I was gonna say he probably added a couple new ones because he had like
obviously
10 different merch booths set up.
But yeah, but I mean, like obviously he added a bunch of people, but like I think it'd be cool like if he still kept the same people on the payroll that was working his merch booth for free.
Yeah, no, dude, it was a fucking phenomenal show, man. I'm glad I went. I'm glad I went with an open mind because if I would have been like, I would have hated it if I didn't. But I kind of already knew what to expect going in, so it wasn't a big deal. And I figured all he was going to do was like the last 3 albums that he just came out with, which was With the Chapel, the new album, Beautiful and Broken, and then the Ballads of Broken. I figured that's all he was probably going to do, with maybe like 1 or 2 like old school thrown in there.
Yeah.
But that's not what it was at all. It was really fucking good.
Hell yeah.
All right, Mark, if your PO calls, I won't tell him that you're drinking PBR driving down a country road to go get more PBR.
Hanging drywall.
Oh, that said drywall? I thought it said PBRs.
No,
What's that Jelly Roll show?
Well, I know. I'm hanging PBRs.
I'm hanging PBRs in my drywall.
Jelly Roll's first gathering performance was 2012. Fun fact.
Yeah.
I feel like he was performing a lot like earlier than that.
Well, and I mean, to be fair, he may have been on like a fake stage. His first official gathering performance was in 2012 at Twisted's Dirty Dirty Party.
How do you Google that?
You search up gathering history and you find all the old lineups.
Oh, okay.
I knew it was at Twisted's party.
I'll be right back.
It wasn't even like a main stage. It was like a tent in the middle of the night. It was Ritz, Lil White, Haystack, Jelly Roll, Project Pat.
Well, yeah, I remember that shit. I was there for that motherfucker.
I feel like I was there as well, at least at some part of that show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, every night each artist had a different party. That was when we interviewed Warren G. Roo.
Yeah.
Warren G was there, Glass Malone. That was Violent J's party. Shaggy's party was Biz Marquee, the Fat Boys, and Raekwon. And then Twisted's party with Jelly Roll. Yeah, no one really knew who Jelly Roll, White, Ritz. Like, Lil White was the biggest name.
Well, yeah, I mean, White blew up in the early 2000s.
Yeah. It's crazy, man.
That's crazy that, like, Lil White was, like, I mean, he was massive. He was huge, especially with the St. Charles Cowboys type people.
Because he had that 3-6 connection.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you know, when I went to college in the middle of fucking nowhere, the boonies, and they all bumped Lil White, you know, because they loved Oxycontin. Yeah, they fucking loved it. So like he was huge, a lot bigger than what you would think, and then like now Jelly Roll just totally just shadows over him, just like it's crazy. He's like the biggest fucking person in the world right now.
Yeah, it's insane, bro.
I don't think you can find a household that has people, you know, obviously an elderly household, but like you can't find a household now and be like, hey, Jelly Roll, and them not know at least who he is.
Right. Oh, they know. Oh, they be knowing.
They fucking know, dog.
They be knowing. Everybody be knowing, man.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, that's crazy. I guess I think we're everybody just tuned in. We got Congressman Curly, aka Comedian Tony Zorc, coming up shortly.
Hey,
I don't know what we're gonna do.
We're gonna get political, or we're gonna, you know, have funny comedy stories.
Yeah, a little bit of both, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
I think it'll be good. You know, comedians are good. They're good public speakers. It's literally what they do. So I'm excited to.
Oh my
see,
God.
learn about this gentleman, this other Tony.
What the fuck is going on here, bro?
That's like one of those. It's like Leatherface from one of those weird spinoffs.
It's like Rue's wearing a Rue mask. I don't even know what the fuck is happening right now.
I love it. He looks like the grandpa, man.
Do you know how frightening that sounds when you laugh inside that latex?
No, I don't.
Oh my God. It's so like, it's like hidden in there.
Does it look like me?
A little bit. You need to put your eyebrows inside your hat.
I don't know if it works.
Who is that? Do we know who that's supposed to be?
The old man mask, bro.
It's just a generic old man.
Yeah.
Huh? I mean, it's got the grays on the chin like you.
It really does. It just looks like a Rue mask. It looks like Rue wearing a Rue mask.
Yeah.
It don't look like a forever mask.
A forever Rue face.
It's Rue when he's 95.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, it's just you have dead eyes and your mouth's not opening. You're breathing louder somehow.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you had a few strokes. One of your eyes is a little droopy.
You're Stru.
Yeah.
The strokey Rue.
I'm bald.
God damn it, D. Ryder. Why? You're so fucking...
That looks more creepy now, don't it?
That's a CPN mask right there. Now we're back to Rue.
I'm actually uncomfortable in this room now.
I like that you were in the room alone with that.
Yeah. I am in the room alone with that. That's fucking insane, bro. That's just generic old man mask?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. That goes with my Halloween costume this year.
What, your Halloween costume is just old man?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
I'm just gonna be my age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Well, I did a bunch of stuff too, but we don't have time to talk about it. We'll talk about it after.
Oh, that motherfucker said it. You see that?
Which one? The
Yeah.
CPS?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was up on the screen. Hell yeah, D. What's up? Let's that was perfect timing, bro, because we have a guest.
Sweet.
Let me set this up here.
Oh, there's a little scroll bar.
Perfect time for one of these.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you got a new bottle.
Let me get this. But yeah, if you guys are tuned in, again, we are on YouTube,
That was
Facebook,
nice.
and Twitch live right now. If you guys could share the stream out, tune in live, you can comment in the chat room, you can interact with us. Makes it more fun. You know what I mean? But we're excited because this is a little different for us. Some a little different. Again, we have,
Is this our first comedian, like official comedian?
I don't know. I feel like we've had. I don't know.
D.
I don't
Ryder,
think we've had
you, sir.
Actual comedian on before. I mean, I think the closest we could be is maybe Clownbus, but he's more of like a comedic act.
Yeah,
He's not a comedian.
Sure he is.
you're saying the same thing.
No. He does funny songs and all that shit, but he's not telling jokes.
I mean, he does though.
I mean, not like that. It's different.
You ever watch him live on TikTok?
Don't take away from this man's career. Comedian stand-up is different than being a satire performer.
He does that as well. Tell you what, let's talk to him. We have a very special guest. Give it up for Congressman Curly, aka Comedian Tony Zorc.
What up, Mr. Tony?
Hey guys, how are you doing tonight?
How are you, man?
Good. How you doing?
Doing good. Thanks so much for having me on.
Thanks for having us, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having us. I don't know where we're gonna go, but I'm excited to get there.
Yeah. No, I'm usually a very unique guest for most people, and they're not even quite sure where to start or where to go. But happy to chat on any way you like.
Well, luckily for us, we specialize in going right the fuck off the rails immediately with some guests. So, like, this can literally go anywhere.
Yeah, for sure.
No holds barred around here.
Yep.
Love it. Love it.
Well, I think I want to get to know you as Tony and the things you've done, but obviously we want to talk about the Congressman Curly thing. And I feel like the best, correct me if I'm wrong or not, but I feel like the best place to start is you started this like upgrade the country. Is that kind of where the Congressman came from? Was this the idea?
Yeah. So I was a successful entrepreneur. I was an accountant and ran a software company before I started doing this. I had an event that changed kind of everything in my life. It made me reevaluate everything, and I decided to become a political activist. So I actually ran for president as an independent in 2024. That went about 6 months. It was going nowhere. But I learned a lot about what was going on with our political system and why it is the way it is. So I relaunched as a comedian, a stand-up comedian doing Congressman Curly. And I started going to open mics as this character in both Florida and in Maryland, dressed as the guy right here. So I was coming right in and people are like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Right. Like this was crazy. Right. To show up as this dude. But I was so I went to open mics in Florida and Maryland and got like a tight 5. So a tight 5 is like doing 5 minutes of stand-up jokes and getting people laughing, right, continuously. And I was able to do it. So it gave me the confidence to really go out and do a show as this character, Congressman Curly, who is basically the most corrupt politician to ever have lived. He is the fusion of both the Democratic and Republican parties, which are both equally corrupt and holding our country back from progress. Both of these law firms are. And so I went out and did 6 shows in DC, and it was going really well. But my act was, I originally launched with the presidential campaign, wrote and sang 25 songs, a 25-song catalog. And I was singing these songs at the comedy show, and the show was getting increasingly musical, and it was like the really exciting, fun part. So I decided, wow, I'll bring in some live musicians. And so I did that, and it really was going great. And it just made sense that, gosh, we're more of a music act than we are a comedy show. Everything we do is like naturally comedic, and Curly himself is ridiculous. But so we're relaunching as a music act. So we took the show off the market for a few months and retooled it, and we're relaunching it now as a live music act on the day after the election, November 6th in Florida. So that's where we're at with it.
Now, are you going to adjust your act towards whoever wins the election?
No, I'm not, because this is the both of these. So the whole Congressman Curly is really promoting a movement called Upgrade My Country. And Upgrade My Country is really 3 things. It's term limits for members of Congress. So that means term limits means people who get elected for Congress can't stay in office endlessly, right? Serving themselves. And then it's also campaign finance reform, where we're spending $15 billion each election cycle, and it's totally corrupt. There's no laws for it. Foreign governments, anyone can be spending the money now. Yep. And it's also rating of the political media. So the political media is now in bed with the whole operation. And we need a constitutional amendment to fix these things. Now, to amend the Constitution, you'll never get the Democrats and Republicans to change these laws, because they are raking in billions and serving themselves just on their stock trades alone. So you have to replace them with 2 new political parties. And Congressman Curly is an act promoting this whole plan called Upgrade My Country. And so we don't adjust the act for whoever gets elected, because, I mean, we adjust it to bring in more comedy of current events, but not promoting something different as a result of it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So you guys, you're like the idea is to somehow get people to agree to this amendment to have like a conservative and a liberal party to replace
Correct.
Democratic.
Yeah. So if we start 2 new political parties that have term limits and campaign finance laws built into their bylaws and have identical bylaws, we actually don't need to amend the Constitution to make this change. We just need to elect people to these parties. But we should amend the Constitution so they don't become corrupt long term and end up like the Democrats and Republicans when, cheating takes over and one firm wants to win over the other.
Well, I think you should also add on to that. It doesn't have to be like completely X-name, like family members, but like a direct family member, like, hey, I served in this office and now my cousin is serving in this office, like, because I can't serve in this office anymore. Because like so many, I think all of the presidential candidates are related within like a couple degrees. It's to some point, and it's like you can't have that, like, because it just gets passed on through.
That's where it's going to end up. It's all based on name recognition, by the way, because if you think about branding in the consumer marketplace, right? Like when you go to buy laundry detergent or toothpaste or whatever, these brands that have been around, Colgate or Tide or whatever, you recognize them. They have brand recognition over the years. So the same concept applies to these politicians with name recognition. And that's why they're gaining. They could just have the same name and keep going on and just hand it down to the kids. And the name has name recognition. The governor in Kentucky just did this. He took it over from his dad, basically. It's insane.
Well, I mean, you got the Kennedys. I mean, they've been in one way or another in some form of high, lawmaking positions. And sorry, the terminology is escaping me now, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, nepotism is the name of the term when you're passing on to your family. And so I think, the bottom line is we had a government of, for, and by the people, where it's really people that are serving you. All these, this is the foundation for all laws like this could come into play and be passed that are common sense laws. But we have to have a big change, and you have to get people on board with a big change. And you want as little change as you need to fix the system you want to agree to, because it takes so much to get people to agree to do something, get people on the same page. So you want it more minimalist, but this is kind of what's needed to if we're going to fix the country. And so this whole act is promoting this plan called Upgrading My Country. And my goal is to try to get this into the national conversation through podcasts like this, and having guys like you, being on your show and having you tell your friends and family and be interested in it.
So is the idea like the comedy, it's just you're trying to get recognized by the silly songs, or maybe the people get offended by things or whatever, and they're like, oh, what is this, yada yada yada, but then they learn about things they can do to try to change what's going on.
They do. I mean, so Curly has these songs, and some of them are very comedic. Some of them are serious, though. Like Beast Congressman is a super satirical song. It's all about him boasting about his power. It's like a 90s rap. Versus a song like My Tribe, which he sings, is all about indoctrination of people into tribal politics. So these different, Greed is Good is a song all about the corporate greed and how that's taken over politics. Curly basically turned the Congress into pay per play, right? Like, so you have to buy everything through the Congress, and that's what he's doing. But all these songs have meaning, and they're performed. There's basically two characters in the show, though. There's Curly, and then there's a guy named Dan, who's an average citizen who comes out after Curly. So I do about 2/3 of the show as Curly, and then I do about a third as this character Dan. Is just like an average dude, and wants his country to work. So the goal of the act is to gain interest and bring recognition to the problem, awareness to the problem, all at one time, and just have fun. I mean, people are so disgusted by politics. They are not wanting to talk about it. They are running away from it. And this is actually something that's fun, that's educational, that can bring us together. And I'm banking on that for that to work, as well as the real need to fix the country. Because wherever we go, I don't think we have a problem with unity. We have, most of the people agree the system is completely jacked. It's broken. It's corrupt as hell. We're driving ourselves off a cliff. And what happens then is cynicism takes over. So people are like, yeah, nothing will ever change though, right? And that cynicism is the thing that we're fighting with this organization, with this act, because it's actually that problem. It's actually that cynicism that if that takes over, that's real. Because if enough people are like, oh, I can't do anything about it, I'm going to check out, I'm going to run away, then it becomes very real, right? So that cynicism is actually the biggest problem we have.
That's kind of what I was going to, like, obviously you started this, you have a mission, you have a goal, you have something you want, this is what we want to accomplish. But like, what's the, like with people like stuff like that, or like even now we have other parties, we had, speaking of, we had RDK, we had independent parties or green parties, and everyone just like, it doesn't count. Like,
right. Yes. So there's,
but it doesn't. So what do you think can make a difference where people are like, okay, this could count?
Yeah. So I think you're 100% right, Paul. You're 100% right. So we have a bunch of third parties, right? So the solution's not a third party, and a third party's gotten no traction. and a third party on its own will get no traction in the future. So that's basically solidified in stone. This is a different plan. This is two parties. And so let me tell you, there's two effects in the political industry that are very real. And if this plan can conquer these two effects, it actually will work. So the first one is called the community effect, right? So the plan you're running is worthless if you're the only one running it, right? You have to be running the same plan as your neighbor, right? As the guy across the street, right? So that's called the community effect. It's a similar to concept to like YouTube or Facebook or Instagram. What makes Instagram such a valuable platform? It's not because they have great video sharing and you can post things. All these things have that. So does, you know, Tumblr and all these other platforms. It's that because everyone is on Instagram. There's a community. That's what makes it valuable. So if you have a community effect, it will work. Then the other effect is the other thing that is in the political space that is ruining it is called the spoiler effect. So the spoiler effect is exactly what you were mentioning around third parties. It goes something like, okay, I'm starting a third party as soon as I enter the political sphere and start talking about the positions. Oh, I'm this on abortion. Oh, I'm this on LGBTQ rights. Oh, I'm this on this issue, right? Okay, you sound like you're kind of a Republican. You sound like you're kind of a Democrat. Okay, the problem is if I go to vote for you, which I kind of like because I'm more right or left, I'm actually going to elect my enemy. I'm going to elect the person I'm really opposed against. And so that spoiler effect is extremely real. And that's why none of these third parties are making it. So if you start two parties, the reason that will work is because it's a double spoiler. So it cancels the spoiler effect. So you can say, hey, I'm voting for this party. They're part of the Upgrade My Country movement. But if you're not conservative or, you know, if you're more liberal, you should vote for the new blue party because they agree to the same rules as I do. So what unity really means is we agree to the rules of the game. And, you know, that this plan allows you to do this. So this is the first ever time a plan like this has been proposed. It's just never been proposed before.
Now, do you think that going directly into another party system is going to solve the problem? Because clearly it's not solving the problem now. It created where we're at today. So like, why would you think and lean towards another party versus party system? Why wouldn't it just be like hey, this guy is saying this guy is saying this, and it's all an open floor rather than, oh, well, if you don't vote blue or you don't vote purple, you don't vote red, you know, I'll disown you from this family and blah, 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 rather than it's just one big room with a bunch of people and this guy's saying this guy's saying that is similar to this, but they're not like, why do we need the party system? Because clearly it has failed us already. So why would we go to another party system?
Amen, brother. Amen. So I have a song about this. It's called How We Came to Be. And so what happened was the founders actually didn't want political parties to be a part of our Constitution at all. So they specifically left them out. They were a little over idealistic, kind of like Joe Biden's doctor. And this left an enormous gap between what was stated and what was reality, kind of like Donald Trump's rhetoric. So the founders didn't want any political parties to be a part of the system. So what happened? Washington got elected. There were no political parties. We got into Washington's first term. And then Jefferson and Hamilton started at each other's throats. Like, fuck you, it should be this way. No, fuck you, motherfucker. And so those guys quit. Jefferson and Hamilton both left Washington's cabinet in within the first term and went and formed the first political party. So we didn't even make it through our first president's first term without forming political parties. So you just can't. It was totally over idealistic. You can't do anything by yourself in politics. You have to be with a group of people. So political parties are a necessary evil. However, it's not supposed to be the same two damn political parties the whole time, and it's not supposed to be just two parties the whole time. There should be new parties coming and going, and there could be as many as 8 political parties or so. But the thing is, why there ends up two is natural, by the way, and we've been doing this, and naturally we came to this. The reason you end up with 2 is because people want to win elections, and to win elections, they'll go, you know what, you're like one shade off the color I am, but fuck it, I want to win. So like I'll join forces with you and we'll beat those guys, right? So you end up with 2 parties anyway. But
that creates favoritism, and it influences people into wanting to be a part of this. Like, so I think it sure can be a necessary evil as far as running power. You have people behind you, but then you also have the favoritism of the people that are backing your campaign. They have their own agendas. So it can be a necessary evil, but it's also the evil that is creating the problem. So
it is, but the problem that you're citing is actually not a function of the parties. It's a function of the campaign finance laws, which are totally non-existent, and the parties are just the ones executing that. So if we had real campaign finance laws, if we had a referee in the game, the parties are deciding their own rules, and together they're making them corrupt, right? And so if we actually have an independent group deciding these parties, which would be created under this constitutional amendment, there would be a referee in the game, so to speak, calling these fouls, calling these things out.
Right.
So it would work.
So let's say in a perfect situation somehow, whatever it takes to get people to sign this or agree to this amendment, what would happen? Like, what would be the outcome for if you get it done next month? So in the next election, 4 years from now, what would be different than is what's happening now? Like
it would completely change the country. It would be the whole political system would be unrecognizable from what it is now. It would be truly an upgrade. It would truly be a new country, because you would have 2 new political parties running who have control of the Congress. As soon as they have 2/3 control of the Congress, they can pass this amendment. And in those 2 parties are the core rules that we need to be a real government of, for, and by the people. That there's term limits built in. So congressmen are only serving 8 years. Senators are serving max 12 years, 2 terms, 4 terms. And so you can't stay there and profit year after year from the whole thing. And the campaign finance laws they agree to are built in. So you're not getting this corporate money, outside government money spoiling the system, which those 2 are the biggest issues to the corruption that we have today, is that the people who go to Washington aren't representing you. They're representing the interests of corporations, unions, and special interest groups, and they're making a shit ton of money doing this. And the politicians are too along the way. So it would be a totally unrecognizable government. We would start balancing the budget. We would stop going into debt. We'd start paying it back. Our currency would start going up. We would, start to do things that made sense, like fix our healthcare system, do compromise on bills, stop being in a culture war with each other. It would take all the profiting out of the system by doing this. So it would be unrecognizable from where it is now.
And I think also, I mean, I'm sure you already agree with this, is that you would also need to block, stock trading for,
yeah, of course. I mean, like,
it's insider trading to a T, and they get away with it.
It is. It's insider trading to a T. It's absolutely corrupt. It's completely corrupt. But those would all be laws that, if you think about it this way, like when your house, the foundation, if our government is a house, like the foundation is broken, right? You can't fix everything. You can't fix the roof. You can't fix the shit on the second floor till you go in and fix the foundation, right? All these things would come from that. But the stock trading is just horrifically corrupt, right? And ridiculously profitable for these politicians. I mean, it's getting into office just means you can outtrade everyone. It's cheating, it's cheating. And so, of course, all these things would come as a result of that. But also, naturally, you're ending the capability of doing that through term limits. So if someone was cheating, doing that, they can only do it for 8 years, 12 years tops, right?
Mhm.
No, I love that the term limit. That just makes sense. I don't even understand how we got there, but with
So-
that, but like what you just said, like if you can't fix the roof if the foundation's broken, like if something like this went into effect, like I mean, not to be cynical, but it just seems like way too. Like it sounds great, but it seems way too broken for this to just fix it.
Well,
Like
I
I
would
feel like
think,
the world would just reject it.
well, I would think we would need a full wipe of our system, because I've been saying that, you know, our system is so broken in a way that we can't just, because you know, some people are like, oh well, we'll just rewrite the Constitution. No, because that'll make it 10 times worse, because they want that. Right now they've blocked it, but they made it so complicated that you can't just fix one aspect without having to fix everything. Like the government.
But if you no, this would really fix the system for real, because the system is just a money game. And if you control the campaign finance rules, if you have real finance rules, that solves that. And then if you have term limits, that eliminates the ability for people, the same people, to keep making the money. It's really a lot more simple than it sounds to fix this thing. What's big is that it takes a lot of effort to promote a plan like this amongst 330 million Americans, right? It takes a lot of money, time, effort, and a vehicle to get the word out. And that's what I'm trying to do with Congressman Curly, in a totally alternative way, through music and comedy, to get the idea of this plan out there. But this really would fix it. I mean, and it's hard to believe it would, because it's so broken. But if you think of J. Edgar Hoover, what did he say? Follow the money trail, right? This is all just a money game. This is all just a way of profiting. And you remove the profiting's all done through campaign finance. You remove this, and it really does solve the problem. And then you kick these people out because they can't stay. Really, you have a whole new country. It's really
So you're basically just in the beginning stages of probably. I'm assuming you're trying to gun for the next election of like, okay, so you have another 4 years of doing this to spread the word and try to make changes to there. And so like I'm assuming we're right in like the very beginning of your goal here of or your man, the words are escaping me again.
the launch of this, yeah.
The launch. We're right at the beginning of the launch of this.
We are, yeah. So if you think about it, Curly or the Democratic Republican duopoly, they can be defeated in a series of 4 games or 4 matches. So it's a big deal to do it. But the first game or first match would be this war on cynicism, where you're getting the word out on this plan. So you're getting people over their cynicism, where they're saying, you know what, nothing will ever work. I shouldn't participate in anything. So you're conquering that, which actually, ironically, that has nothing to do with the Democrats or Republicans. That's where we're driven as citizens. We feel so disempowered. We feel so helpless. We're like, fuck, I'm not going to do anything, right? It's worthless. It's not worth my time. And I'll look like an idiot if I do. So overcoming that cynicism and getting the word out on a plan like this is actually the first match or first game to this. So, and it can be done for as little as $200 million. And I'll tell you why. Because you think of like popular films like Top Gun Maverick or Avatar. Everyone knew those films were playing or aware of those films. And it cost about $200 million to do that, to advertise that nationally. So it's not as big of a deal, as big of a reach to get the word out on something like this as you think. It's not as far-fetched. It's actually incredibly simple, and everyone wants something like this. It's just no one's proposed it and no one's promoting it, right?
So what happened to our taxes, though? You put term limits on people, which I'm all for term limits, but people are going to want to make the money. So that means they're going to raise the taxes of us so they can steal more money or make more money, however you want to put it. I mean, how would your plan? Would you decrease taxes under your plan? Is that possible?
I would be in fair. I think we have a very, very large bloated government with tons of. I can't see any way but going down on the size of our government. It's ridiculously huge, and that would be a reduction of taxes. Because we just have added and added and added and added and added stuff that I can't. I mean, so I was an entrepreneur. I was running about a 50, 60 person
Yeah.
company. I saw how much waste was in my organization, which
Right.
is in the millions of dollars, just running a smaller business, and the government and people not caring. I mean, it's ridiculous the amount of waste that's
it's
in the system, and people,
absolutely.
yeah. So I would say there's in a government formed by the people. I believe it would be a smaller government, and there would be more intelligence behind what we're doing, because people don't want to pay the taxes,
No,
right?
not at all.
So,
So,
we're kind of forced to.
okay, so we're in the beginning stages of this. We're on stage one of just talking about it, formulating an idea, kind of like, all right, this is what I want to do, or this is what I want us to do. How do you know when to go to step two, and what is step two for you? Like, okay, I've gone on, like, let's say a national tour. I'm selling out shows or whatever.
Yeah.
And like, so what is your first official step towards making this happen? Or are you just being a spokesperson for this on, like, hey, we need to do this? And then are you going to, like, maybe lobby for the law changes, or are you going to be the front runner of this? Are you running for Congress, or are you going to run for president? What is the next step that, like, okay, I'm starting to get traction. What do I do now?
Yeah.
Like, have you thought about that yet?
Yeah, I have. So I thought the whole thing through. So there's 4 stages or 4 matches or 4 games to this. So the first step is called the interest and awareness game. This is where where Congressman Curly and Upgrade My Country are national brands. Everyone's heard of them. Everyone knows what they are. So I haven't set like a dollar amount on that, but I did throw it out as it could be done, I think, as little as $200 million. I think it probably is more triple or quadruple that. It might take $1 billion to do that, but that's tiny in the political sphere. So that's the first step. What's that?
I say compared to what we sent overseas, that's pretty tiny.
Yeah, it's nothing. Oh my gosh, it's nothing. So, but it has to be citizen funded. So that means you're collecting $10 from
Right.
millions of you got 50 million Americans giving you $10, right? Type of thing. You've got that's really high, right? So you have 10 million Americans giving you $10 a month, type of thing. And you have believe me, I know a lot of really wealthy people. They feel as disempowered as people who are barely scraping by. It's crazy. Some of the wealth and the disgust at the top, and we all share that. So we all share our consensus that the system's broken. So to answer your question, the first match is interest and awareness. Curly's a national brand. Everyone's heard of them. Everyone knows of this plan, and there's a base supporter group probably around the 10 million mark or more. So then what you do is so we'll call that interest and awareness. The next phase would be the upgrader strike. That's when we go and form 2 new political parties and start running congressional candidates. So we'd want to really focus on Congress. You start, because that's every 2 years, and you start running those in the swing districts and the really close stuff, and you start disrupting those and winning those seats. And once you won, we have not had a non-Democratic or Republican candidate be elected to the Senate or Congress since 1948. It's been a long time. So people are very cynical that can be done. They're very skeptical. As soon as you get about 6 or half a dozen people win, that cynicism will go down, and people are like, fuck, this is going to work. And you'll get people on board. And then you start running, and then you go till you win the Congress. So then winning the Congress, 2/3 of the Congress is or that battle to launch those parties is a struggle. And so that's really the whole game. I would say game 2 ends around when you have about 6 people elected to the Congress. Game 3 is finishing out the whole thing where you're getting 2/3 of the Congress. And then game 4 is where you pass these amendments to the Congress and you're touring around the nation trying to ratify them, trying to get the states to ratify them, because you have to get 3/4 of the states to accept them. But I think that will be easy at that point, because people will want this. They will have already voted for this. We will have had those parties. So I think that would take a matter of months, right? The big thing is the first stage and probably the second and third stages. But we would have benchmarks for all of those, in doing this, and it absolutely can be done. But what really, so the 2 things people have to do is, one, they have to get over their cynicism. They have to say, you know what, I don't believe in my heart anything's going to work, but I have to get over that and go try something, because I love my country and I want it to be here for me. I want it to be here for our kids. I want my currency to be worth something. That's going to be that's how the United States is going to end, by the way. It'll end as a financial ruin. It'll end.
We're headed towards economic collapse.
Yeah, we're headed towards economic
empire.
We are. So what's going to happen is we'll have a debt crisis, and we won't default on the debt because the government will just print money and print money and print money. And once we do that, the money will be worthless. All of our assets, all our stuff will be just worthless. It'll be hyperinflationary.
Well, that, and they're not paying their working force. I mean, that's one also major thing, is that like you can only neglect your people for so long,
right? When
they can't, you have to have a healthy workforce, and if they can't afford to fucking be healthy, that's a problem, and it's starting to catch up. And now generations like myself and below me, we're having less children because we don't want to bring people into this. So your workforce is getting smaller. They're getting less healthy. They're getting closer to retirement. All the things your workforce is dwindling. And they're doing nothing about it because COVID really showed and put a spotlight on just how little of a fuck they give about their citizens in the workforce.
The way we revved up trillions and trillions of dollars with COVID took us to a new paradigm with debt. And they're like, oh, we can abuse this a whole bunch more. And it will run out. So what will happen is when we get into a debt crisis and the currency is worth nothing, all the other countries are going to leave the United States as the default financial currency. They're going to go to China or something else, and it'll just be a downward spiral from there. And it'll end up, and then the states will end up going their own way. And I think it'll end up, there'll be regional trade agreements. You'll see like Florida up to South Carolina be like kind of almost like a pan regional country, type of thing. It'll just be, awful. I'm hoping, we don't get there, but we need a big change because we are headed there, and I'm glad you guys see it.
Well, yeah, I mean, because patriotism only goes so far when you're seeing your government like just send billions overseas for fucking shit that we don't even like, us as everyday citizens don't even have anything to do with. And but yet we can't afford to put food on our table because you don't want to pay us, but yet you're sending billions over here and just printing money for yourself, and but yet we get none of that. It's like you can't have that. And they're not even trying to hide it anymore.
I know.
It's
I know. You got to listen to Beast Congressman, brother, because the song is basically I don't work for you. You work for me, motherfucker. Right. That's what Curly's at. That's where he's at. Is you work for me. I don't work for you. And it's.
But they're the ones getting the money, and it's like, wait a minute, I'm doing all the fucking work. Why can't I just get some of that money too? Give me a little appreciation.
Well, okay, so
no appreciation.
So two things that you mentioned. That one, we are firmly in a military-industrial complex where we are, and President Eisenhower warned us of this. He was a general after World War II, that if we keep growing our military, which is 10 times the size of our closest competitor, and we are in endless war, it'll ruin the country, which is where we're at. So as a government upformed by the people, we're going to stop a military-industrial complex. We're going to spend an appropriate amount of money to defend our country, not wage endless war. And then, of course, the second thing that a lot of people don't even think about, and by the way, all those billions of dollars would be going to people here, going to our healthcare, our benefits, our housing. The other thing is, look at the $15 billion we just spent on the election cycle. That is a complete waste of money. Why not spend $15 billion rebuilding North Carolina, after a hurricane?
But yet they sent reparations to help other countries rebuild after their natural disasters. It's like, wait a minute, you just said that we were almost out of money in a couple months. And
well, you know why that's happening, right? It's because like AIPAC, which is Israel's lobby. Israel now has a lobby, and believe me, there's no rules. There's nothing to prevent the Congress from, at this point, saying we'll give Israel $100 million. Actually, 20 of that will come back to us through campaign support. There's no rules to guard against that anymore. So it could just be endless loops that they're funding themselves through foreign aid. There's no control over that. But that's all happening because we're sending all this money overseas because they're now funding our campaigns. There's no way to prove any of this.
Well, I mean, war. We, the people that make the money off of war figured out that it is like one of the biggest ways to make money easily.
Yep.
Because if you fund war, you send munitions over, you send like food and rations to one country, and then we send it to the other country, and now they're both fighting each other.
Yeah.
Guess what? We're going to sign you up for a contract that, hey, you're going to pay us back that shit with interest, and
Right.
we're going to help rebuild your country. And guess what? You are not in a position to say no to us, so now you owe us 20% interest on the $15 billion we just sent you. So we have a long-term fucking plan to make all this money back in tenfold. But the problem is that the money that we make off of it goes into pockets of people that are on the top 1%, not into our fucking economy, not into our population, not into the workforce. And we don't, like I said, there's no appreciation for the backbone of this country, and it's gonna break. It is. Yeah.
It will, and it will, and the other option is it goes violent, right? And people, it breaks so so hard, and it becomes lawlessness, right? But I'm hoping we don't go that way either. But that's what's going on. I mean, and it's not even being hidden even more. It's it's out in the open now. Like, it doesn't even matter.
They're not even trying.
Yeah. They're not even trying. Right?
They're just like, hey, we're gonna go fund this country, and guess what? We're gonna give them like $800 billion. Here's $1. Shut the fuck up, and then we're gonna make all this fucking money back.
Yeah, it's amazing how the Congress has banded together to like support our military-industrial complex, and it's all political theater that's going on. That they don't really hate each other. They're just are making it's the excuse.
It's like a wrestling match is what it is. It's the government is WWE.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
There's one puppet master, and they all make it seem like, we're rooting for this guy.
Yeah. And Vince McMahon's back there owning the whole thing. That's Vince
he's in
McMahon
everybody's
right
ear
there.
going, hey,
He's like, we just can't agree on things, unfortunately.
Exactly. And
well, you guys get it. Yeah. So
I mean, everybody knows it's broken.
It is, yeah. So what's really going to make a change, and what Upgrade My Country is all about is, one, you get over your cynicism, you get involved, and we have our first Upgraders meeting starting online in January. I hope to see you guys there. But what's really going to make a change is that you believe, you guys believe it's your country. Paul and Rue and is it Peabody Dan, or what is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dead body man.
Dead body man. You guys, sorry, good to see you.
I like it's Peabody Dan from now on.
Yeah, Peabody.
Yeah.
Now on.
You guys really believe you act as this is your country. You're the owner of this country. As an owner, it's your job to fix your country. So you take on that responsibility. And as long as you're promoting the same plan as your neighbor, and what you're doing is you're promoting this plan to your friends and family, you're advocating for it, right? And as long as the next guy's doing that, it'll work. It'll all work. But so that's what has to happen to make real change. And that's in that we're creating unity, right? Yeah, I love it. Thank you.
No, it's definitely
Congressman Curly.
Definitely like it's something we're getting educated on. We have to educate other people on. And there's going to be a million questions along the way about, to break the cynical for sure, because unfortunately, that's just how we've almost been raised. Like,
it is, but
the way it is.
It is, and Curly wants you to be cynical. Curly, who's a metaphor for the Uniparty. That's what he is. Curly wants you to feel disempowered, or that you have to join his red or blue tribe, and those are your only options. And by the way, he's very interested in you checking out. He's very interested in you disengaging, and because that leaves just the most extreme diehards to make all the decisions on both sides. And as long as it's an A and B and it's 50-50, there will never be any unity, right? So he's a pretty clever guy.
And that's actually exactly how we've been. We don't even talk about politics on the show just because it's so fucking toxic. But
Oh, I'm sure. It's absolutely, and that's why I'm doing this, is because I can't take it anymore either. And I just happened to be, I mean, did really, really well with my company, and it allowed me financial independence, and I don't have to work anymore. So I have the time to do this, and I have the money to start it. I don't have the money to ultimately achieve it. I'll have, it's going to take millions and millions and millions of dollars, if not billions, to do it. So, but at least I don't have to work anymore. So I've got, I was able to retire early and work on this. And I'm just, what, I'm going to do it as long as it keeps growing, because I can't take it anymore. And I'd rather, just do something about it than sit there and complain about it, because that doesn't do anything about it either.
Well, you never know. I mean, even if you in particular aren't able to accomplish your goal, maybe your campaign will spark somebody else and to carry it on.
Exactly. I mean, what we need now is to come together and decide to do something together, right? And this plan is to do that. But it could definitely go different ways. And look, I don't have any dates in mind. I'm not running a campaign for 2028. I don't know how long this will take. This could take 50 years. I don't know. It could take 20 years. I think I have about 30. I'm 51 years old. I think I could do this till I'm 80. And so I'm going to be at it, but I'm also not, I'm not running for office with this. I mean, there'll be lots of people running for office in lots of different congressional districts to start. But it's going to take as long as it takes. If it takes 20 years, honestly, that's a blink of the eye in a 240-year-old country, and it's worth saving. Mm-hmm. But it will definitely take, I mean, I think if this really works, I think it will happen in the next 10 years. I think it will catch on, but it could go quicker. The level of disgust is so insanely high, the level of frustration. People want this change. They do.
We all do, but
definitely need it.
Yeah, I was just totally off topic. I was wondering, since you want to go back to a two-party system, do you have a name for either party, or is it just like a party one, party two right now?
Right now I have placeholder names for them. I'm calling them the more and less parties. So the more party would be the blue party, the modern blue party. The less party would be the modern red party. But I think, people, part of, when we go to do upgrade or strike, we'll float that out to all the members. Hey, what do you guys want? We'll do a big national name convention to see what we want to call the parties, right? That'll be part of the fun, is say, we'll narrow it down, and hey, why don't we all vote on it, man? Like some fucking democracy. That could be the first thing we vote on together is, what is the name? So yeah,
well, once you get traction, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I love that.
Well, I'm sure this wasn't the call you were thinking it was going to be. So
no, I think it's healthy, and like they have said, we really don't talk politics on here.
Yeah.
Just because it gets too toxic, and we're trying to build a fan base, and we don't like stepping on anybody's toes. But it is a healthy talk about politics. We like to brush up against it every once in a while, and I think this is a healthy interview, and I like the way that it is going.
Oh, good. Yeah. Well, and it's ironically not really political, because it's something that would benefit every normal citizen. The only people who are going to lose out are the corrupt, abusive capitalists making billions of dollars off of the system, and Curly. And so I have three villains in the story: Harry, Curly, and Bo. And they're a parody for the Three Stooges, Larry, Curly, and Moe. And so Harry's the lobbyist and the electioneering guy. So he's making all the money off of brokering these bribes and doing electioneering and media. And then Bo is the abusive capitalist. He's just, capitalism's great. It is the right way. And we know now, because China's even doing it, right? It's not like but abusive capitalism, when the corporations get so enormous that they can run everything. And the founders, by the way, knew about corporations back then. They had the Dutch East India Company, which is the largest corporation in the world to have ever existed, and still is. It became the country of the Netherlands eventually. Corporations just grow and grow and grow as big as you let them grow, right? So they just become these monstrous things, right?
Well, just look at Blackstone. I mean, they're fucking massive.
It's massive. right? There should be like, why do you allow them to get this big?
That's
right?
insane. That you should not own that percentage of real estate in one country or another. That is a substantial.
It's insane. It is insane. And then you also have. So what do? They staff the FTC with, the girl's running it now, the con girl, and she's like 34 years old. And they honestly, she's done amazing because no one expected her to do anything, and she's got a tiny staff, and they're shooting her down because she's making some progress, right? So that's a joke department. It's not being. All these departments are sock puppets for the industries that they're supposed to regulate. Same with the pharmaceutical industry is doing the same thing with the Food and Drug Administration, and they're all owned basically just engines for that. So that's all the next level down stuff, right? But if you have a Congress of and for by the people, they will act as a governing oversight. They have the power to stop this stuff, but not while they're making all this kind of money, and then all the secondary layer stuff is out of control, and it's just ending. But there's enough people who love the country. This plan will fix it, and it's just a matter of getting them going on it, and it will work.
Well, it's going to be hard to sell the people that are making the money on it because they're like, well, why would I?
Oh, we're not going to sell them.
Oh yeah, I was like, well, but they're in control, and that's the problem. And so that's going to be the hard part to get in there because, you were talking about campaign funding and all that stuff. It should be also just day-to-day funding that you should not. I think that they should get rid of anonymous funding. Anonymous donations, because that's how corporations get into pockets of people that are running making the laws, because without being like, Procter and Gamble donated $13 million to this one person that is the swing vote on this bill. It's an anonymous donation.
Right. But that's all part of what the amendment fixes. Is that's all still falls in the campaign finance reform, and that is the central problem. And this amendment does address those three things. So it addresses term limits, it addresses campaign finance, and it addresses rating of the political media. That's the other thing that's out of control. The media is making so much money on this that you can't control free speech. So there would have to be an independent group rating them for their bias. And there's already apps like Ground News that are really doing this already. It's not hard to do. It's not inconceivable, but it needs to be mainstream and part of the standard viewership. So thinking Fox News is the most far right news channel there is, and it would be rated a 4 by the Fair Elections Commission on its bias, and it's far right, and CNN is left, right? I mean, these are known things, and they would have to self-identify as a biased political outlet, and then that would at least make people aware of that what they're watching.
I mean, I think that's a great idea. I think it should also extend to the media companies, because they're all ran by about 5 different entities, and so that's why they are biased. And so you said protect and free speech and all that stuff when it comes to journalism, but in my opinion, if you're funded and you're voicing your opinion in the swing of the opinion of person that's funding you, that's no longer free speech. You're paid.
You're campaigning. You're campaigning.
You're campaigning for somebody, whether that be day-to-day news or political news or whatever you're fucking running. Those stories trickle down from the same people that go out to 30, 40 different news stations, and it's here, you say this, and you see the compilations online of people talking about hot button topics, and they're literally cut and paste statements from even the jokes, from the news anchors that are like, oh, ha ha ha, this funny little snippet of this headline. They all make the same jokes, they have the same
I know, Stephen Colbert and Seth Meyers are basically extensions of the Democratic Party now. I used to love
those are
them.
more talking puppets of entertainment value, but I'm talking about supposedly legitimate news sources like News Channel 13 or whatever your local news channels are. They're all making the same jokes that all the other cities that are on that pay docket, they make the same jokes. They read the same prompt. There is no it's I don't think it's not any longer free speech. It's it's paid propaganda.
It is paid propaganda. That's why we have to rate these. So we have ratings for movies. We have ratings for video games. It's time that we rate the media and they identify what they're rated as. I mean, this is why people don't even, they just tune in. They want to get informed. They're not even aware they're watching a right-wing outlet or a left-wing outlet. So it's time to rate the media like we rate movies, like we rate video games. We even rate songs now with music now. So this would apply to the media because you can't control what they say. That's part that you're allowed to say what you want, but if you also are allowed to be reviewed and critiqued as being a propaganda engine for a party or a candidate, because that's what a bunch of the media's companies are.
I think that's a great idea. Have an NC-17 rating system,
right?
So that way you know what you're watching, but they can still say whatever the fuck they want, but you know what you're getting into. Because right now they're really just trying to pull the wool over people's eyes. That are like, oh no, we just report on the news. It's like, no, you don't. You read the story that whoever fucking pays you gave you.
Right. I mean, I think within like a matter of 2 minutes, you already know what kind of news you're watching.
Well, if you choose to use your brain, media literacy is one of the most important skills our children, your children are, you guys I think are a little bit younger than me, but media literacy is absolutely critical in these days, and a lot of people just don't even know it's a skill set, and they trust what they hear.
Right.
But I think the younger generation is very much more aware of this. The boomers the boomers are still watching cable news and believing because they were, when they were our age, when they were your age, the news was a lot more legitimate. It wasn't as biased, and so they just kept going with it, and they trust that it hasn't changed that much. So there's critical thinking needed. There's media literacy. There's analysis needed, and a lot of people just aren't putting the effort in. And then as the system gets so disgusting, grotesque, and bizarre, people are running away from it rather than really trying to look and to solve it. Like you guys said, you don't do anything political, right? And that's where most people are at, is because it is so awful and there's no one's winning. The system's not working for anybody but Harry, Curly, and Bo. And that's the only one who's winning today. And guess what? You have to remove them from power. The founders gave us an avenue to do that, but we all have to band together and we have to do the same thing, and it'll work.
We can't do that though.
What's that?
It's hard for everybody's not going to come together and agree on one thing.
You don't need everybody. You need it not at once either. You need everything. If you look at most technology or new things, just call it a new thing. Most new things are adopted on a traditional bell curve. Yeah. So the way it works you're going to have your early adopters, right? And then there's a whole book on this called Crossing the Chasm. And I experienced this in my own company. So you have the early adopters, you have the early majority, you have the late majority, and then the laggards. The laggards are the last 10% that will basically never change. You don't have to get everyone to do this. You got to get 2/3 of the Congress in there, and that can be done literally with half the bell curve. So it will work if you get enough people interested.
Now, I know that you got to start somewhere. Now, are you focusing in any particular counties, towns, cities, or states in particular to start getting your footing? Because sure, you can get your message out to the entire country, but the problem is that you could spread too thin. You really need to get concentrated in one area and then move to the next area and move to the next area. Is there a particular area that you're focusing on right now?
I am starting. I was in DC because I had.
That's a big area.
It's a big area, right? But I've actually. So I've had 2 homes the last 3 years. I've had a home in Florida and a home in DC. I actually sold the home in near DC, and I'm focusing this act in Florida for the next 5 to 6 months. But I from there, I'm going to see how it kind of does. I might be something that if you look at the United States, the distribution, we live in 14 mega zones. So the 14, Florida is one of the mega zones. There's 20 million people in the mega zone down here. The Northeast would be probably the next place I would hit. That's from really Boston down to DC. And I would be touring and doing shows in there. But if I can conquer those two mega zones, I could take the act nationally and tour nationally and get to bigger venues and get more people interested that way. But I would say Florida and then the Northeast would be the first two areas I'm focused on.
As somebody that's not super versed in politics, you're talking about the mega zones. The first thing that I thought of was I would go after the swing states, the ones that usually
that is the correct thing to do in game 2 when we go for upgrade or strike. That's where you want to go with this. You want to go in the swing states. That's exactly the right place to run candidates. But we're still in game 1, which is the interest and awareness. We have to make this a net upgrade. So everyone would have to have heard of Upgrade My Country and heard of Congressman Curly, and it's a national brand, and people know what it is. And they like it, and we got probably 10 million people giving us $10 a month type of thing. Then we're ready for game 2, and that's where you would start running. You would form the parties. You start running candidates in the swing districts, and you would pick the closest districts in those swing states, and it would work. And you get 6 people elected. People get over their cynicism. They believe it'll work. It will fall like dominoes, and it will run on because everywhere I go in the country, everyone wants this. Everyone wants it. There's no disagreement on this except for Harry, Curly, and Bo. And they make up, I mean, I don't know how many people it is, but it's probably under 100,000 people that the system really works for. So if you look at the 100,000 out of 330 million, it is a tiny drop in the bucket, but they're very powerful people. They're very powerful, and they have a lot of resources. So that's why, and they will try to do all things to block you. So that's why you have to be, you have to have the masses. But
it's almost like you're gonna have not necessarily censor yourself, but it's almost like you're gonna have to kind of hide your long-term goals of like, hey, I'm gonna fuck your pockets up when I get there. You better watch it, because they're going to be like, well, fuck that guy. I'm not going to let him go anywhere. Like, what the fuck am I going to do?
Honestly, there's a lot of people up there at the top who love their country, and they're just playing the game like this because they don't believe it can be played another way. I mean, there's a lot of people who are, there's a lot of these businesses that are giving money to this system because it's so corrupt, and they're like, fuck it, I'm gonna sell out my country, but and run it for myself just because it's not working for anybody anyway. So I think you'll see a change in some of those, not all of them. There's some greedy assholes up there, really, who are evil people, who are running this and profiting, and they're always gonna be there, but they can be knocked out, and they also hide in the shadows. They're not out in front because they don't want to, they know this isn't right. They know what they're doing is selling out their country. They know they're just benefiting themselves. They're milking it. They're cornering the system for themselves.
Well, you also got the success aspect of it, of like, when somebody's, for example, let's take a regular celebrity. You get a celebrity that's been a celebrity for so long and had money their entire life, and like they get disconnected from the populace, and so they don't necessarily. It's not, they could be an okay person, but their right and wrong calibration is way out of whack, and they don't understand. They're like, hey, these people are real people. They're not numbers, man. And I think that, especially once we get into generational terms, that like they get further and further away from that. They're like, well, my grandpa grew up with this, my dad grew up with this, and now I'm doing it, and it's all they've ever known for generations. That like they might not think it's wrong. They're like, well, no, this is how it is. This is
sure. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people who, they say this is how the system works, and I'm just doing my part, and it's always been corrupt, right? And the reality is, it's been broken a long time and just been getting worse and worse, slowly and slowly. But around 1995, into the 2000 era is where things really started to go downhill. And in the last 10 years, and since Trump has been involved, they've just exacerbated. It's just going deeper and deeper and more. Now we're not even having debates. Now we're having contested elections probably all the time, right? I mean, the fact that Trump will still not admit he lost the election, is so disturbing in a lot of ways, because it's, we're not into peaceful transitions of power anymore.
Well, like you said, I mean, we're not even having debates anymore. It's a matter of like who can say the funniest thing, who can say something that's more outlandish, or like I'm just going to bash that other person, and it's on both sides. It's not just Trump.
The Democrats didn't even throw a primary, right? They're like, oh, we're here to save democracy, here to save democracy. They didn't even throw a primary. They just coronated one of their own, and it's like no one even voted for her.
Going back, right, and it was just kind of handed to her. And going back to like, going back to the fact that they kind of do, they're playing their own rules. They're not even trying to hide it anymore. Like going back to RFK, they didn't even let him on the ballot or on the floor for his own.
I tell you, I'm so disappointed in RFK because I'm so sad to see him leave and go to Trump. I think it just proves he really wasn't for himself, and it
really sucked because I from everything that I saw what he was saying, I was like, okay, cool, we finally got somebody with their head on their shoulders, and then he dropped out of nowhere and was like, yeah, no, we're going full this side, and I'm like, okay, but the thing is that like the system is so corrupt that they were like, well, you're not even going to be on the debate with us because of whatever fuck we do. Fuck you, I don't care. We're not putting you on the debate.
We're not going to you're not invited. And so I have a whole song about this called "Don't Waste Your Vote." It's the lyrics go ballot access sky high, campaign funding. I'd like to see him try. Best to stick with just a little old me. Your good old friend Curly. So that's where they're at. They're like, we're gonna block now. Whatever you think of RFK, the fact they kicked him out of New York when he already had ballot access, they was just disgusting, and they did it in another state as well. And it's and the not to I'm not happy with how things turned out, but man, what a litmus test. And I think I saw a viewer just punch in around Ross Perot. Yeah, RFK, this Mark is saying here, he was going to be another Ross Perot. He was going to be another Ross Perot. So that is true. But that's why we're not starting with the presidential race. This Upgrade My Country is a movement to get control of the Congress. I mean, it's not to... If the Upgrade My Country movement were to run a presidential candidate, both parties would agree to the same candidate while they're amending the Constitution. So it wouldn't serve as a spoiler that way.
Well, yeah, I mean, it wouldn't benefit anything. Even if you did win the election, I mean, you still don't have the House, you still don't have Senate, you don't have Congress. You wouldn't be able to fucking do anything.
Yeah, right? I think RFK's run was proof that the solution is not in the presidential run; it's in the Congress, and it's very clear of that. And the presidential race is so out of reach with in terms of making any real change. And the president, we're running right now, frankly, without a president. Let's be honest. Come on, this guy's not running the country. We don't even have a president right now. His cabinet members are running it for us, and the president is a figurehead at this point. And so
I just think everybody's so frustrated by everything, the state of everything, and it's such a slap in the face that this is what the third or fourth election in a row that this is the best that we have. This is the best that you're fucking offering us. Like, seriously, who makes these decisions that this is the best we got? Like, why and why? I mean, we know why.
So a tiny, the most radical or most extreme portions of each the Democratic and Republican parties, the most extreme players make those decisions in the primaries for those candidates. And that's why we have what we have, because those candidates, those parties are going more and more extreme, and they're locking out others from getting in. So that's why we're having worse and worse people. So you have to get more and more extreme to win the primary in both of these parties. And that's why we're getting these ridiculous people like Donald Trump, like Kamala Harris, as our candidates,
But
And
my question is that like those people that are backing these ridiculous candidates, like they have to be as frustrated too. That like, hey, we want more, like, because obviously they're greedy and like they want more and more and more. And sure, yeah, these people are going to serve a purpose, and they're gonna bring in more money. But the thing is that like you said, some of these people at the top level still have to have some type of pride in their country and want to further this country, because like right now where we're sitting, we're like the strongest third world country that there fucking is. Like, as far as technology goes, like if we weren't so greedy, we would be a completely different power force of like technological like advancement in society. It'd be ridiculous if we put our powers to good use, but we don't. And you got to think that people at the top level, some of them have to want that advancement.
Yeah, they do. They do. There is support.
So, but why would they back these ridiculous candidates over and over and over again when they know there's going to be no advancement?
Yeah, I mean, it's a mystery, and I don't have all the answers in one, but I do want to thank you guys, because I do have to get going. I've got to move on to another agenda item, but thank you guys so much for having me. Really appreciate. Great questions. I hope you guys choose to become upgraders. We have our first Upgrade My Country meeting in January. You can sign up on the site, and I'd love for you to check out some of the music. And if you're in the Florida or Northeast Mega Zone, you can be coming to a show. But really appreciate the time, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, and everybody, you can check it out at congressmancurly.org. You can even check out the entire the amendment. It's all laid out. It's actually easy to read. There's no weird verbiage or anything there. You can understand it. Yeah. Link to all the videos and stuff. Yeah, man, we appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to learning more about it. And maybe we can talk about it in the future, too.
Yeah, love to. Thank you so much. Have a great time. Have a great night, guys.
Thank you, Tony. Appreciate it.
Bye.
That was fun.
Hey.
He really threw the brakes on there. Like, I didn't know we were up against a time wall. Otherwise, we would have, let it go a little bit more naturally. But it was. I appreciate his words and his mission. I mean, I think he was on to something that it's something that we all want. We want change.
For sure.
For the
better. I didn't know we had such a hard out, but
I didn't either. Like, I wouldn't have asked another hard hitting question if I didn't know he was gonna just fucking throw the emergency brakes on right there. But shout out to him.
Like the website, it's like I said, we don't ever talk about politics, and even the things that I'm interested in, like on my own, like when we have when there's shit on a ballot or amendments and shit, I'd vote. You know what I mean? I want to vote, and I read the shit, and half the time I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck this says. You know what I mean? Like I'm not a dumb person, but I'm not that smart. When you read these things, it's like the verbiage is so fucking confusing. You don't know what the fuck you're voting for.
And a lot of time it's contradictory. That's another thing that sucks.
But like this thing, if you go to there's lots of shit on his website, so you guys should check it out for sure. But like you can click this is the entire pre-written constitutional amendment that he's talking about, and it's literally labeled section 1. Like it's fucking normal fucking words that make sense. I'm sure the actual one probably would have weird verbiage or something, you know what I mean? But it's laid out, simple fucking English. It all makes sense. It's got all the terms, all the ideas, all the things for this upgrade our country.
What was the website? I missed it.
CongressmanCurly.org.
CongressmanCurly.org.
Like everybody, I employ everyone to go check it out. At least, like you can check out the amendment. You can check out. There's a link to all the music that he was talking about. We showed that earlier. It's all YouTube videos and Spotify. Like you can stream it. Like I said, it's funny and informative. You know what I mean? Like that was the whole reason that I was like, oh yeah, this would be a cool thing to do because, obviously it's important because we're fucking old people and it's our country. But it's like we said, it's toxic. But to do it with comedy makes things a little easier.
Well, he's for everybody. He's not like
Yeah, it's not.
It's not one side or another, and that definitely makes
argue about it. It's like, let's make it better.
And that's the only way you're going to get to people anymore, because like we're so tired of one side or another that like everybody wants to agree that this all sucks. And the only way to do that is be like, yeah, this guy said something good, but he's also shitty. This person said something good, but they're also shitty. Like you have to have that common ground to find with people in order to build something like this, because we all want it. But people are so bullheaded and so brainwashed and so like just I'm not changing my fucking viewpoint that you have to appease both sides. And that's not an easy thing to do, because if you started, there are sorry, I just saw your private message in the chat.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, I know.
You're the same. You're the I can't turn you up or down when he was on because you're on the same volume, and you were like level 15 and he was level 7.
Oh, I don't know. I don't even know where the microphone is on this thing, so I'm sorry.
But yeah, everybody go check out the website. You can literally you can learn a lot of things that we didn't get to talk about, like his history. Get to know him a little better. He started a huge company.
Yeah, I was hoping we were gonna get to that, but
yeah. Like he sold it. He wrote a book. He literally ran for president. Like he was part of an independent party. He was going to run for president, and that's when he realized the shit was fucked. He was like, "Let's fucking change."
Well, he got kicked off.
Yeah, because he was an independent.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you can check out. He does have 2 shows in Florida. If anybody, I know.
The only way an independent is going to be able to run is if they got millions and millions.
So you guys are in Florida, November 6th in Fort Lauderdale, and December 4th in West Palm Beach.
Well, you have to have a backing too. You can't just have the millions and millions. Look at RFK. He was an independent, and he still. Yeah, I don't know if he got kicked out or what exactly happened, but he ain't on the ballot.
So I was going to bring that up when you guys were talking.
He's actually going to be a candidate on somebody else's party. He's actually going to be.
Well, yeah, he dropped down.
He was part of Trump's administration if Trump wins.
Yeah, he dropped down.
I was going to say that earlier when you guys were talking about it, to devil's advocate it, yeah, I was going to say him, I don't know the answer, but I was going to ask him because he's obviously more knowledgeable. Even if it's just devil's advocate, so him dropping out or whatever, whether they pushed him out or whatever happened, was he giving in to the shit, or he was like, I can't do it. I can at least be assuming who he thinks is going to win. I can at least be a part of the administration. You know what I'm saying? Which it's a better place to be as a part of the administration than not a part of it at all.
Yeah.
If you actually give a shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely right. But
yeah, he's literally Trump just talked about it on the Rogan podcast.
I think there was conversations.
He said it 100%. He was like, he is if I win, he's my he's in charge of the health and whatever division of the world. He said the only thing that I'm not going to give him access to are the climate is oil, because they disagree with the oil. So he's like, RFK doesn't get its say in the oil, but the climate and the rest of the health of the world, he's all about that, and he gets to do what he wants.
We learned from Trump's first term that he's all about drilling on American soil, and he is.
Yeah.
And JFK is not.
We got to have our own resources.
We have plenty of oil on our grounds to last billions and billions of years.
The Rogan interview was dope, bro.
And for us to be using somebody else's supply is just fucking stupid.
Well, it's about money. We can sell our shit for more than what we would get it using it ourselves. And so we can buy it cheaper. It's so stupid. It's just a fake numbers game that you can sell it. Let's say you sell a gallon for $10.
Yeah, we're trying to use up everybody else's reserves and then dig in ours last resort so we can make more money off of it.
Well, we're still selling ours. We're selling it for more than what we would sell it to ourselves for. So you would sell it overseas for $10. We're over here. We would only sell it for $6 or $7.
Well, that's why gas is so cheap.
But we can buy it for $3. So of course, yeah. So it's cheaper to import.
Yeah, we could have talked to that guy for hours for sure.
Yeah, I'm really sad that he hit that hard time wall like that. I really wish that we could have gone on about it, but
he's really we had talked obviously previously, and he's insanely busy. He thought he was gonna have to call us from the car. Because he was like traveling from one event to another event. Like he's really out there trying to get the word out.
Well, this could be like one of those things that like you've interviewed people that were on like, you know, interview dockets, and like they're like, all right, hard 10 minutes. And then, you know, 45 minutes later, they're like, all right, my manager's telling me to get the fuck off the goddamn phone right now. You know why? Because Replicon.
Anytime I do a press junket, it's like 20-minute interviews.
Yeah, well, that's because Replicon's got that good dick. We got that good interview shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. A lot. They want to stay on, but it's those are like because they're doing, especially those they're doing radio and podcasts, and they're doing like fucking 100 of them. You know, that's their work day. I'm doing 100 fucking interviews in 6 hours.
Yeah,
like,
he probably
did be 15 minutes long, or the next guy gets missed out.
I can almost guarantee you he didn't anticipate us like, or you know, having actual questions and like, all right, hey, let's have a legitimate political conversation about this. When you know, it's like, yeah, I'm going on this show that has a fucking logo, a dinosaur for a fucking logo, and you know, you got a host called Dead Body Man. Like, no, I'm not going to have a political interview with this. I'm just going to go on, do my cut in 10 minutes and get the fuck out.
Your name is Peabody Dan.
Yeah, Dead Body Dan.
No, Peabody Dan.
All right.
You weren't even there for that. But that's
I wasn't there for that, so I'm not laughing because I don't get the joke.
Well, that's what he called you because he couldn't read your name.
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
You're in Florida, right? Are you near Fort Lauderdale or West Palm Beach? Because you can go see him.
Yeah, there you go. Support him. Maybe he's got a good message. He's got a good mission.
Yeah. No, I love it. I have a million more questions.
No, and I know a lot of people was waiting for me to get into it or thought that him and I were going to get into it, but I agree with a lot of shit that he said, and that's why I didn't have to say anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to.
Like he said, there's not people that are disagreeing with it. This is a matter of I think people would disagree with, and not necessarily disagree with. This is a matter of can we do it because everyone's so cynical because that's what we've been taught.
I mean, I think
it's a hard fucking.
Like I said, though, when you put
it's a big thing to try to fix.
When you put term limits, your fucking taxes are going to go fucking skyrocket because the motherfuckers are they're so money hungry now that they're going to want everything they can get out of the fucking people.
Yeah.
But that's only going to last so many terms because then it's going to get to the point where it's like, hey, I'm not going to get reelected because I'm just doing a money grab. And they're going to eventually realize that. I mean, it'll take a long time, but eventually that'll weed itself out. But his plan isn't a 4-year presidency term. It is a 50, 60 year, 70 year plan because you got to get generational fucking terms out of there. There's so many things that got to change that he's not going to be the one to see the finalized product of his mission. I mean, I hope he is. But it's going to take such a long time to change the system like correctly that, you know, yeah, not one person can do it in a lifetime. It's going to take a very, very long time.
Ain't bad.
Yeah, no, hey, bro, the dude was spot on with everything he was fucking saying, man. I mean, now this dude would have been like Kamala this, Kamala that. We would have probably had a different.
No, I love that every
but
time he did make a joke or talk shit, he said something about both of them.
Yes,
I noticed that too. I do appreciate it.
Well, that's the same thing I said like when I was watching TV. I was like, I'm all for this shit's funny to me. But when it's only about the one person, I'm like, Jesus Christ. Even if it was the person I don't like, I'm still like, I can't even agree with any of this.
Oh,
now
no, yeah, for sure. I'm the same fucking way.
Yeah.
Like, I can only hear so many.
Like, we're fucking with everybody, we're fucking with everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you're only fucking with one person, that means I can't believe anything you're saying.
You can't. For me, if somebody's only first of all, sorry, Rue, if you thought I was taking away your time. I know that you wanted to get into some of it, and sorry if I was stepping on your toes.
No, you were fine. I asked the one question that I had, and that was it.
But also, with who we got on the ballot, and you know, just in general, you can't. If you fully support one person without fucking with like talking shit about the other person, you got to talk shit about both of them. You can't just be like, oh, this person does no wrong. It's like, really, both people suck. Okay, like if you can't begin the conversation with, all right, first of all, both people suck, but I like this person more. I'm not even gonna have a conversation with you because you're not being real. You're not being you don't recognize the whole situation if both people suck. You just like one person more. So if you're like, oh, this one person is the greatest person ever, and this other person is just terrible and does everything worse, it's like, look, they both suck. You have to admit that, you know.
I mean, I was going to bring that up earlier, but you never stopped talking.
I was asking good questions, Pete.
I know. I know you're fine. No, if it got bad, I would have
I
just
mean,
cut
I
you
think
off.
you were talking. I think you were talking more than asking questions, but you did ask questions, so I'm not gonna knock you on that.
Yeah, but no, like I was like ever since I've been like old enough to care, that's been every election. Like it's always who's the best of the two evils.
Right.
Every single time, regardless of obviously you have to like one more than the other, but I know everyone's always been even huge supporters for this or that. In the beginning, they probably don't like either one of them. They just have to. We have to pick one.
You know who I like? I like the person that's going to put more money back in my pocket.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
And sometimes that person is also doing a bunch of things that aren't good for us. You know what I mean? Like it's.
I mean, but at the end of the
there's
day,
no fucking right answer. It's just which one's a little more.
Shit's a little cheaper, and I got more money in my pocket. I'm good with that.
But I love the idea of that not being the issue.
Right.
I would much rather vote for someone who I think could actually do something instead of the lesser of two.
That's why we
evils.
vote for one or the other, because we think that they can actually do something. Unlike the last election we had, people were voting because they hated one person and more
they're
than
still
the
doing
other.
it. Still doing that. They're still doing that.
Well,
But now we just hate the other person that we're voting for. You know, it's like
Yeah, we hate one of them and we hate this one less. It's nobody likes. I mean, some people like it, but I'm saying like,
bro, I stopped.
yes, everyone has shitty parts.
Now, when you,
I mean, there's a whole nother fucking argument to this where it's all fucking.
oh yeah,
The idea of fucking one person running the entire country is insanity. But that's a whole nother fucking can of worms. That
yeah. I mean, we're fucked. I mean, we're gonna be in a better place if one person gets elected than the other. I can tell you that right now. If one person gets elected, we're gonna be really fucked, and this country's really gonna be on a downhill fucking slant. It's already there, but we're really gonna be fucked.
I think that it doesn't matter who's going to be there. It's just that we're going to be. It's going to be what category are we fucked in. It's like this person might do better in this category, but we're going to be fucked over here. This person's going to be good in this category, but we're going to be fucked over here.
I don't know, man. I mean, like I keep asking people that hate fucking Donald Trump. I keep asking them, like, okay, cool, you hate him, but what did he do that was bad? And they can't come up with an answer. I can't even come up with an answer that he did bad, to be honest with you. I mean, he was definitely for the people, and he's definitely pointed. He's not afraid of pointing out fucking crooked politicians by any means, and that's why everybody that's in office right now are trying to go after one man and spend all these fucking dollars trying to get this dude not to be able to fucking run, because they know that if he gets elected, they're all going to be fucked. And that's kind of the person that we probably fucking need right now. Because my money, your money, his money, everybody that's American citizens' money is being taken advantage of, and this man has pointed it out in the past, and that's why they're trying to get rid of him. I mean, I'm not saying he's the greatest thing on earth by any means, so don't mistake my words.
The thing with Trump coming into office, like this next upcoming election, is, you know, I fear for the women of our country because there's a lot of things that he has put in place from his previous presidency that and is getting double, triple down on. And it's scary how much people he's associated with, people he's put into power, people that he is wanting to put into power. It's getting towards a Handmaid's Tale, and it's scary. You know, I fear for my wife's, you know, future or future of my nieces. You know, like we're going towards a country where they're not going to have their rights anymore.
That's not true at all.
Really? Because there's medical conditions that, you know, require abortions that it's a safety issue for most of them. And then, you know, people are like, well, no, you can't do that because it's murdering a baby. Like, I'm seeing signs for that amendment that says
read more into it. Do your research and read more into it, because it's not him. He's going to leave shit up to the states, and there's things put in play that actually help with the situation versus create problems. with the
He
situation.
is saying that he is not doing anything in association with Project 2025 because that he's doing it by proxy. He's putting people in power that are going to put forth these ideas, these crazy fucking ideas. You tell me. You tell me names.
You're the one telling me he's putting people in power. I'm asking who he's putting in
He
power.
put the people into the Supreme Justice, the Supreme Court.
Who?
He made that, and now
Who?
Roe versus Wade is
Everybody
now.
in the Supreme Court.
He
Every
put
person in there?
he put the people that vetoed Roe versus Wade. The whole reason he put them in the Supreme Court was to overturn Roe versus Wade. He did that during his presidency. Tell me he didn't.
When was that? That was 20. What year
And
was
Mark,
that?
putting it in the power
2020
of
or
the
some shit.
states. He put it in the power of the states, knowing exactly what would happen. He put it because he wanted
that's
that
not
to
true at
happen.
all.
He did.
I mean, not necessarily knew what happened. I mean, I definitely read more into that because I think you're being misled.
I mean, you prove it to me. I mean, it's what happened. He wanted that to happen, and it happened because he made it happen. He put people in by proxy.
Right.
That's what I mean. It's what you do. You stack the cards in your favor, and that's exactly what he's doing. When he was asked about his involvement with 2025, he chuckled, and he never said that he wasn't involved. He never said that like, oh, I disagree with that. Just the same thing he did with the Proud Boys on the fucking on January when they did the insurrection. He never said that he wasn't associated with that. He never said that he condemned them. He never said that he didn't encourage that. He just chuckled and said, "Oh well, boys will be boys. Stand back, Proud Boys." I'm not bashing him completely. I'm just saying that like he's not this innocent person that you're wanting him.
I never said the man was innocent by any means.
Yeah.
Like I said, don't get my words twisted.
And now I'm not saying this about him in favor of Kamala either. I don't like that bitch either. It's like I said, going back to the conversation. So
she would definitely be a much better fit for this country.
She's a warmonger. And, I just heard that thanks to Joe Rogan, which he's obviously biased, but that they just put in some crazy thing that if they institute martial law, that they can shut down freedom of speech with bullets. And it's like, you can kill American citizens on American soil in protest if they're protesting. I don't know the validity of that. That was one or two little videos I saw about that. But if that's true, I mean, that's fucked up. Why are they passing those laws?
I don't think that was a real clip, Tony.
I mean, if it was an AI clip, it was a long AI clip.
Yeah, I know, but I don't
believe.
Well, like I watched all the last fucking 6 Joe Rogan interviews, and that clip, which I also saw, was not a part of any of those.
So,
like, it wasn't a real conversation on his podcast, but I saw the clip of the conversation that looks like
I hope it wasn't
not
real.
actually on his podcast because I watched them.
Yeah, I mean,
I saw the same clip you're talking about because I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
it's not even a real conversation he had on there. Like,
okay, good. I mean, but that's why I don't jump.
I'm saying it's not real. I don't know if it's real or not, but it's not a real conversation.
And that's the problem with everything is that we don't know what's real and what's not anymore. And it's that's why I never jump full on in anything. I'm just like, hey, I don't know. I wasn't fucking there for that. I don't fucking know. I'm just going by what I heard, and that's why when I recite something, which I know I have a bad.
You should watch the Rogan Trump podcast. It's very good.
That's why I said you need to look more into whatever you're believing is fine, but read and look more into it because I think you're being misled.
I mean, I hope so. I'm not opposed to being wrong about that. I hope I am. That's the thing is that like if it's just regurgitated information that has landed on my doorstep. I don't seek this information out. I don't. So like that's why I don't speak on it. I don't speak on it like I'm an expert because I'm not. I just regurgitate information that's been vomited onto me, without my permission. And it's like,
oh right. I mean, it happens to everybody. We're all misled with information.
Yeah. I just, you know,
That's why I don't like talking about politics, because then
Exactly.
we would all just regurgitate information that we don't know is facts. Because that's bad.
and you know, you to
But
respond
watch the whole thing,
to,
like D said.
we got to
Instead of watching clips, you can watch the whole thing and then decide for yourself.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
But the thing is, you just said that didn't happen on any of their
that clip
their
did, I don't know, it didn't. But I'm saying I watched the whole episode, and that there's a lot of information on that episode that's real because it's the whole real episode.
Yeah. But like going back to what
he's
Tony
trying to
was
get her
saying,
on there too, and I'll watch that too. I'll watch him and her talk for 3 fucking hours.
yeah. Well, going back to what Tony said,
I want to hear it all.
that you got your news outlets that are biased. There's also search engines that are biased. So like you got to go to places like Ground News or Ground Media. Like I there's people that I follow on YouTube that talk about it. That it lists a whole bunch of topics that have been fact checked, and like, okay, this person is like
fact checks are fucking wrong too. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
No, it's a different.
Fact check can be fucking wrong.
It's a different level of fact check. It's a more so like this website in particular always posts shit that is leaning left, or post shit that is leaning right, or they post both sides. Like it's a whole entirety, not just one article fact check.
No, be honest with you though, a lot of the problem is why people get misled. Even when they do research and they read this, they read that, they read whatever. Look at the articles, read them, but you have to have common sense too. Because a lot of that shit that you're reading, some of it's going to make sense, and there's going to be some shit that don't make sense, and usually the shit that doesn't make sense is not right. And
this country has done a lot of shit that don't make sense.
Like 100%.
Factually not made sense. So, I mean, I agree with you, though. Like, you have to take it with a grain of salt. You have to have some type of intelligence about you, which a lot of people don't, unfortunately. And you got to realize, you know, like, hey, maybe look it up on another website, see what they say about the same topic.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely got to do a number of researches on the same thing, and read both sides, and you got to put it together for yourself in order for yourself to believe what you need to believe. That's why common sense plays a big part when you're doing research, because there's so many things that are wrong, and you gotta know from yourself what is right and what is wrong, and you can usually when you read shit you can figure it out, especially if you read 2 or 3 different articles about the same thing. You can put your own shit together and be like, all right, this shit's full of shit here, but it makes sense here, and blah blah blah, you know.
Yeah, and you got to know who's writing it, you know. And the problem is that the internet has made it not exactly easy to figure out some of the things behind. You know, they hide a lot of stuff behind paywalls,
right?
So it's hard to find out this shit for free without just subscribing and giving all your fucking information away, because everybody wants all your information, even though they already have it. But you got to know who the authors of these articles are. You got to know what their agenda is, where they stand about it. You know, even if the company they work for aren't biased, you got to know like what are their credentials? Who the fuck are they to say this?
Yeah,
shit?
you definitely got it. Yeah, you definitely got to do your research on the authors of the articles and shit, for sure. The people that write the shit, you definitely got to do like a background check on them, basically.
Which it's not easy, and so like people don't even me. I don't. You know, I read an article. I might read a few paragraphs into it and be like, all right, that's it. I don't take it to the bank, but I might regurgitate the information. And then, you know, if I'm fact checked on it, told that it's not real, and I immediately go, okay, well, I need to do more research on it, you know. But a lot of people don't do that. They'll be like, no, fuck you. This was said. This was, you know, I saw him say with his own mouth. I'm not, you know, bullshit.
Right. Aiden, what up, fam?
Whoop, whoop. Hey, Nate. You missed it.
You did miss it, Aiden.
But the fun thing is you can always watch the replay. And you still hang out with us right now because we're still here.
Back.
We're still here. man.
Mhm.
Yeah, I hope. If you guys didn't, you should. If you guys are interested in politics at all, I would suggest watching the Rogan Trump podcast.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Like Mark said, watch these candidates on the podcast. It makes them more normal than Fox or CNN.
I mean, we've
And
already,
and Rogan's like smart, even though he is a little biased. His commentary, he points out when he's being biased. He just asks actual questions to the man, like, "What are you gonna do about this? What do you think about that?" You know what I mean? Like, and he has time to answer it. It's fucking 3 hours long,
right.
not fucking 1 minute clips. Same with JD Vance was on Theo's podcast, and Trump was on there too, but that was more funny than informative.
Yeah.
When he was asking him about fucking drug reform and shit. But yeah, hopefully they both have invited Kamala, and I hope she goes. I'll watch it.
I mean, it would be a bad look on her part if she doesn't, especially since now he's been on Joe Rogan. I mean, like he's
Him and Vance did Theo, and now he's on Rogan. Like, kill it. Like,
it would be a bad look for her. I mean, she's gonna feel like she doesn't have to,
publicity.
of course, because she was just handed the fucking candidacy. So she's probably not going to go on there because she probably feels like she doesn't have to, and that he's just he's just an entertainer. That's probably what her viewpoint is on it. But I think it would be a good look if she did go on Rogan. I think that would be, it would be historical. Quite frankly,
She's gonna go. D. Sweet.
I hope so.
She needs
She
to
was
hurry
gonna
up.
go. If she was going to do that, she would have been on there already.
Well, I mean, after the Trump one, that thing got like 24 million views in 24 hours. Like,
I understand.
there's your voters right there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, that's not really enough to win.
well, it's a pretty good.
I mean, you got to get the dead people to watch that shit too.
Yeah, I know. But legitimate, especially with what I mean. She's very I don't know the term, but there's a lot of people that don't know. You know what I mean? There's Trump supporters and there's Trump haters, and then there's Kamala.
You had her who was appointed.
If you didn't like Biden, she's part of the administration, so you just generally don't like her. And then when it's her turn, she changes her mind about all the policies.
Dude, I
It's a weird thing.
I give everybody a fair chance. But bro, when you can't even answer a fucking question and you dodge a lot of shit,
That's why I want to see her on there.
And you literally can't, like, nobody knows anything about you because you didn't do any of the preliminary shit. So nobody knows who the fuck you are, what's going on. And I have a hard time believing this gal. When you sit here and tell me you're going to change everything that you just did, you were in office for the last 3 years, 3.5, well, almost 4 years at this point.
Yeah.
You're telling me you're against everything that happened, that you're going to change it all? No, fuck you. Because your vote, you voted on that shit. You were the last one to vote. So your vote made a fucking huge difference on the shit that just happened. The shit that happened for the last 4 years, you were a part of. And you're going to tell me you didn't like it. If you didn't like it, then why didn't you vote it down? But now you want to change everything that just happened in the last 4 years.
Or at least have her fucking. She didn't even voice an opinion on the shit that she's like, oh, I didn't agree with that. It's like, you didn't voice your opinion either. I didn't fucking hear from you for 3 fucking years, and now you're right here.
We don't know a fucking thing about her, other than what the fuck she fucked up already. Because I mean, we already know the country's fucked. Okay, I'm not breaking any news here. I'm not spoiling anything.
I'm shocked.
We know we've been fucked for the last 4 years. Okay, we already know we're in a shithole. Whatever, but we know nothing about you, lady. Come out. You have very little time for people to get to know who the fuck you are, and all you keep saying is, I'm from a small town. I'm from a small family. My mom is a people of color. You clearly can't tell that you don't tell people that she's an Indian woman, because that's exactly what the fuck she is. You just try to get the people of color's votes by sitting there, oh, my mom's a people of color. Bitch, you ain't got no black in you. You're fucking Indian. Calm the fuck down. It's okay. Just tell us something about you and what the fuck is going on. No, Indian. You go look at the photo. Go look at the family photos, bro. They're fucking Indian. I mean, I don't mean that. I don't mean that any disrespect by any means, but they're Indian. They have Indian blood, bro.
I'm looking it up now. I don't know either way. I was just asking. I thought that they had mentioned that her dad was black.
Her dad's
And
from
her mom
Jamaica.
was Indian.
Her dad's not black. He's from Jamaica. There's a difference.
That's pretty black.
It is, but it's a different kind of color. You got me fucked up right now. No matter how you say
Yeah,
anything,
so you should probably stop. I mean, you're going the wrong way here, buddy.
right? I mean, yes, but I mean, it don't even matter. Like,
I didn't know her birthday was 8 days ago.
Happy birthday, Kamala.
you know, happy fucking birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Happy
ladies.
60th birthday.
She's 60?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, she don't look bad for a 60-year-old woman.
You can get it. I wouldn't. That's the only thing I wouldn't mind if she got elected. Is I get to look at it another 4 years. It's like, all right. I like the people that are trying to degrade her by showing her pictures of bikinis and shit.
Hey, fuck you. D got my back here. Islanders and Black Americans and Africans are all different things. Thank
Oh
you.
no,
That's
I know
what was
that.
trying to
I
say.
know that, but like, what, like?
No, but I'm saying for
It's still
everybody else. Because the
like,
way
look-
I was going was not the right direction that I was trying to even fucking go. So
I know. I understand that that's different levels, but like, I mean, that's it. Jamaican is it's kind of still in the realm of like, you know, black. You know, that's still they're not African Americans, but like, who are we as white men to decide where the fucking line of that category ends?
I understand, but it's no different than like Japanese people, Asian people, Chinese people. I mean, they're all different.
I agree, but they're all Asian.
But they're different.
They are,
Just like-
but
Just like these people of color, they're all different.
now there's a difference between Indian Asian and Japan Asian. There's a big fucking difference.
Well, yeah.
But we don't classify that because we're just dumb Americans. We just like, oh no, that's Middle
The
Eastern
difference
and then
between
that's
P. Diddy and Wyclef.
White clip.
Wyclef.
Clef Lip.
Wyclef.
Little White Cliff.
Little white clip.
Mhm. We love everybody.
I mean, really, if you really think about it, we're not. It's not a black and white thing. We're all different shades of brown.
And white.
We're just a little. My shade of brown is a little darker than P's shade of brown. He's a little lighter than I am. Some people are very dark shade of brown. Some people are light brown or a lighter shade of dark brown.
Yeah, but yeah.
We're all fucking brown people at the end of the day. I don't give a shit what you
We're all
fucking
pink on the inside.
I sure in the fuck don't look like the white on this fucking piece of paper, okay? My look. My skin color is not white.
Show me the bottom.
That man,
Look, the bottom of my look don't match, motherfucker.
that man is yellow. He's a yellow.
Peach. Princess Peach over here.
All right, fuck y'all. How do you steal a coat?
Huh?
How do you steal a coat?
How do you steal a coat?
A coat.
Coat. I don't know.
Your jacket.
How do you steal a jacket?
I don't know about that.
Oh, yeah, you coat it?
But I know how you steal a coat, your jacket.
Damn, I thought you was going somewhere with that P.
No.
I thought he was too, because it
I was like,
sounded
shit, he gonna hit back? Oh,
like this
Like-
motherfucker was so confident,
Yeah, I know.
bro.
Like,
I'm
oh,
like,
man, he had me sold. You should just be like, should just disconnected.
oh fuck.
Oh, you jack it off. There you go.
Jacket. You take that jacket off.
Excuse me for 1 second. I need to check.
Oh, you need ice? All right. I have to go play medicine woman.
Medicine woman.
Damn, they're only on the bottom of the floor.
What else is happening? I went to ICP twice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was going to tell you. So before I went out of town, to go back to where we were at the beginning of the show when you were telling me, but where you almost ended up. So Friday night, I wasn't planning on going anywhere but work, and then my friend Lily hit me up and was like, having a day or whatever, and she said, "You want to go grab a beer?" I'm like, "Sure." You know, and I thought we were going to go somewhere local. We ended up going down to the Silver Ballroom.
Yeah.
And I met up with a bunch of her people, sharing secrets.
Just that one. Hamer already got the other one, right? He didn't get both of
No,
them.
he got both of them.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he has. He's got it.
Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry, I didn't mean to.
Yeah, he got it. Yeah,
Agreed, D.
no one else has seen it.
And they still have it.
But yeah, we went there. It was fine. Whatever. It was kind of boring. I figured it was going to be an early night, and we met up with her friends. And like you were saying earlier, I'm not the best with new people. And these guys were kind of lame. I mean, whatever. It's a fine conversation. Everyone got along enough.
Right.
And
And as everybody should.
And they were like, we drove past that other bar, the Dock House. And she's like, I always wanted to go there. They like hung out there or whatever. I said, well, let's go there. Because I was not having a good time. Like, first of all I wanted was a Bud Light. And they're way too cool to have Bud Light there.
The bar?
The Silver Ballroom, yeah. They have like PBR and fucking, they have Clownvis beer. And like, you know what I mean? But
So you got a Clownvis beer.
they just don't have Bud Light. So I was like, I was drinking a Busch Light. I didn't care for it at all.
Yeah, it's way different.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. And a bunch, I don't like beer. I like Bud Light. Like, you know what I mean?
So why didn't you get a vodka Red Bull or something?
Well, I was doing, she bought me like fucking 8 Jaeger bombs. So I was just chasing them with Busch Light until I thought we were leaving soon, which we did.
Okay.
And then we went to that place. And dude, I had the best fucking time. We got, like I said, we did like 4 Jaeger bombs at the one bar. And I had that one beer. I didn't want another one. I didn't like it. And we got there. We got a bucket of beer. Me and one of her buddies. And I don't know what happened from the ride there to there. We just fucking clicked. We were like, "Are we fucking best friends now?"
So you and his other buddy?
Yeah. I don't remember his real name. His nickname is Dirty Bird.
That's why you.
Yeah, it's both so dude. It
Fucking
was
Dirty Bird.
Dude, we had so much fun. We're just laughing. We ended up going through like 4 buckets of beer. We did like fucking 12 Jaeger bombs. At the end of the night, the waitress comes over. She goes, "Some random person paid for all of your fucking everything you guys had except for that last bucket. We didn't pay for nothing. We're just having a great time, laughing. Lily's playing fucking music. We're in there fucking playing Juggalo shit. People, these bikers, these dudes like a biker gang came in there. They're like, "Oh shit, y'all are Juggalos," and they're like our homies. Like it was the weirdest. It was so much fun though. Like it was such a fun night. But I got really fucked up.
Yeah.
And then we all went to Columbia the next day for ICP. Me and Kyle rolled down there together. And that was dope too, because I went to Kyle's house and fucking Cass and Hillary are in town, but they didn't have tickets to Columbia. So they just stayed at Kyle's till we got home to go to St. Louis the next day.
I almost called you about going.
Yeah. It would have been dope.
Because I remember you saying something about they had tickets still for Columbia.
Probably on StubHub or something, because it sold out a long time ago.
Oh, did it? I thought I heard you say something. They still had tickets.
But I remember you saying you might go. But yeah, we went down there. We met up with fucking
I almost went to last night's show.
Manny, Bones.
Somebody was selling their
Steph.
tickets, and I was like,
A few people were.
yeah.
I saw Nothing Nice. Which I haven't seen in fucking
Wow, I didn't know that he still came out the house.
years.
He does
Sold out.
occasionally. Yeah, I don't know why it's so loud.
Yeah, it was
all up
like
on the
St. Louis
speakers.
sold out, and my Juggalo show wouldn't allow me to not fucking go to one of them, so I came to this one. It was good to see him. A bunch of people, man. A shit ton of people were out there, fucking. Plus obviously like the crew. It was a good time. It was a good time. It was a good show. We had it was fun. I can't remember who else was on
Did
there.
Jevin ever make it out there?
Oh no, I didn't see him.
I figured he would have been there.
Yeah, you should have won, Merle. Yeah, it's happening right now in Milwaukee. It was a dope show. The Blue Note's dope. It's fun to go down there. Sold the fuck out. Fucking wild. I feel like I ran into some other people. I can't think of who right now. But then we drove back. I mean, it's an hour and a half drive.
Who drove?
Kyle. Yeah, it's literally an hour and a half. To
Did
his
you
house.
leave right away, or did you hang out for a while?
I mean, we stayed for a little bit.
Like shows over at 11. You guys hung out till what 2?
Probably like shows over at 11. We hung out till like 12:30.
No, it was about an hour.
We got home at 3.
That ain't bad.
But it was dope. Yeah, it was cool as fuck to see Nice. We were all drinking, partying, having a good time. And then I slept there for a little bit. Well, but whatever. It doesn't matter what the fuck I did. And then last night was the show, St. Louis, home show at the Hawthorne. Which everyone's like, what the fuck is this? The wedding reception hall,
Yeah.
right? I loved it. everyone's like, I'd rather be at Pops. I'm like, I like the fact that it's not. I'm going to remember this show because it wasn't at Pops.
Right.
It's unfortunate how expensive this place was. That part sucked.
The beers and shit.
Yeah. Like 2 fucking 16-ounce Bud Lights, $20. We got 2.
I mean, that ain't terrible.
2 vodka Red Bulls and a Jaeger
20
bomb.
ounce?
2 vodka Red Bulls and a Jaeger bomb with $60.
Sure.
Oh wow, I was gonna guess 30, but 60.
No, 60.
Holy shit!
Like basically every drink was fucking $20. A mixed drink was $20. A beer was 10.
Were you in
Up the
fucking
price.
Vegas?
They
Jesus
count
Christ!
Probably.
So they probably upped the prices and said, "Fuck it, whatever you guys."
Yeah.
Here's
But
our
other-
prices, whatever you get.
Yeah,
back
the
over
fucking the pricing was insane, but the venue was cool. I liked it.
there. You had to drink out in the parking lot before you went.
Of
in?
course I did. Yeah, but once you go in, you couldn't go out. The Blue Note, you can go fucking in and all you wanted. That was dope.
Yeah.
I went to the car a couple times.
Well, as you should.
Yeah, but yeah, no, we were drinking in the park. Yeah, I to be fair, we went in too early because they were still wrestling by the time we got in.
Yeah.
But it was such a fucking dope. Like last night was so. I feel like fucking. I'm so.
And this is the one they
sleepy.
performed inside the ring.
No. They did the wrestling. They tore the ring down and they were on
Okay.
the stage.
Okay.
It was like a big ass fucking concrete thing. The stage is like over here. There's a bar here. There's a bar here. All the merch was over there, but it's big, man. Like,
You say big, but it wasn't too big because Pops would have never sold out.
I don't know. It's been a long time since there was a fucking line around the block. I haven't seen that in years, dude.
The line to get in ICP though is usually pretty big.
Not
Over at Pops.
not like that. This was like
I mean,
fucking,
you got to think though.
this was like American Theater
and-
Galaxy days, dog.
Okay.
It was like a city block, then back all the way down another city block.
All right.
I'll tell you why though. They at one point in the show, they're like somebody, I don't know who, but they're like, "Is this your first ICP?" Dude, 80% of the crowd was their first ICP show ever.
I believe it.
There's all these fucking TikTok kids.
They should have said, "Whoever the fuck's first ICP show over here, and you old school motherfuckers get in over here."
They look. Somebody said something about it. Somebody made a post on Facebook. They're like, all the videos I've been seeing, these fucking crowds look weak. What's going on? I'm like, they're loud. They're loud as fuck. They're hype as fuck.
Right.
They're singing every word. They're just not beating each other up.
Right.
Well, because you
Like,
gotta
I
realize
walked
these people
straight to
grew
the
up.
front row and put my hand on the railing in the middle of the crowd. Like, just walked right
a
up.
bunch of like little Richie bitch kids that like don't do nothing.
I don't know what they do. But
Well, they don't fight each other. They don't
yeah,
fucking
they were
mosh.
they were fucking just singing at the top of their lungs, fucking having a great time. Like, I wasn't mad at them. There was one asshole that wanted to fight me, which,
That don't surprise me.
but like, there was one
Why?
bad dude. I don't know. All of a
You-
sudden,
come on,
I
you
guess
know.
because I walked up to the front. All of a sudden, I just walked up there as I could because no one was even pushing. And I'm doing a video, and all of a sudden he's fucking elbowing me. I thought he just like,
Bumped you.
yeah. And I looked at him. He's like, I don't know what he said. It was loud. And then he started doing it on
Sorry.
purpose. You weren't fucking here. You weren't fucking here. He's like, I was yelling shit like he wanted to
Sorry,
fight.
it's really disoriented to try and point this camera. I don't mean to interrupt you.
You gotta fucking. It's fine. I muted you. You're yelling. But I was like, you better fucking. I was like, just stop, kid. Like,
Like if you had to put an age on him, how old?
I don't know. 17,
No.
maybe 20. He's probably in his 20s.
Picking on the old man.
Yeah, I was like, dude, you better fucking stop, dude. And like, I literally was standing there and I looked. There's fucking like Ogre and fucking all these people. I'm like, there's Kyle. Like, I'm standing here alone, but every direction I look is like my homies.
Right.
I'm like, if I get a fight with some fucking asshole right now,
He's probably not gonna like the results.
yeah, I was like, I could just fucking. And don't get me wrong, there was a moment where I was like, I could just turn
Turn being
around
a bitch pee.
and knock you into fucking.
Yeah.
Like, I totally could have. But other than that, that was the only. He stopped. Luckily, I think Kyle walked up because I texted Kyle like, this fucking kid. He's like, where? I'm like, it's fine. I'm just-
Sometimes Kyle wants to get into some shit.
well, I just because he was behind me,
You
I
know
just
that.
wanted him to know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, hey man, if you walk up here, be prepared.
Well, I just wanted, if, like, you know, he might have been looking at me, but I'm like, he was right there. So I'm like, this fucking kid in yellow, he's trying to fight me. But yeah, whatever, nothing happened. But other than that, dude, it was so fucking. It was such a good show. It was so good.
Yeah.
The show was great. Like, they're fucking on point. They know all their words. They're fucking having fun. They're laughing. Like, it was a great show, and it was the energy.
Atmosphere.
Yeah, and it was cool because they really are switching it up. I don't know how much different it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they're playing a lot of the same songs, just in different orders.
Sure. So nobody can really capture the fucking playlist.
Yeah, but like a couple people said like they didn't get this song in their city. They didn't, and I didn't pay that much attention. I know the intro was completely different. Like the intro was different. The song they played first was different. They, both nights they ended with "Pass Me By."
Yeah.
And there was just dude. It was like anyone, like all the juggalos in St. Louis, like for years were there, not just the TikToker kids.
Yeah.
And people from out of town. Tom Wood was there. Ogre was there. Clownvis hanging out. Obviously all the people we're always with.
Right.
And then like random people, dude. I had 5 different people that I recall walk up to me that I didn't know to be like to say something nice to me, like you're the shit, or I listen to all your guys' stuff, or I met you one time at a gathering and now I fucking subscribe to all your shit. Like I was like, what the fuck is happening? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why is everyone being so fucking nice?
Yeah.
It was a fucking good time, man. I loved it. And the show was fucking great. Fucking Nick and Jeff went.
Yeah.
Jeff got on stage.
You told me they were going.
Jeff got on stage throwing Fago.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Nick fucking hung out in the back like a bitch. He even ran away from me when I chased him down and tried to hug him because I was fucking soaking wet.
He was up there?
Jeff was, yeah.
You didn't get up there?
I was in the front row and I was just like, I'm good. I was already fucking drenched head to toe.
Right.
I was like, I could climb this railing or I could just stand here and watch. So I just stood there and watched.
Yeah.
And got more wet. But yeah, it was fucking absolutely incredible. And then I'm going again tomorrow. So I'm excited for that.
That's Juliet.
Juliet, baby. Yeah, if anybody's going to Joliet tomorrow, what's up? I'm gonna need fucking trunk beers to stay alive.
It's already Halloween this week.
Yeah, fucking Thursday.
Yeah. Already.
It's crazy.
Thursday.
No, I didn't boot him. He booted himself.
What are you doing?
He's back now, though.
What you got going on for Halloween?
Nothing. I'm not going to Detroit. I normally go to Detroit. I'm not going because I was doing these 3 shows, and then now a bunch of people are like, you should go. It was just too much.
Yeah.
And if I went to Detroit, the thing I want to see the most, I'm missing, which is tomorrow.
Right.
Tomorrow's fucking sick. I hope people are there to record it.
Right?
It's HOK.
No, Saturday. Or Wednesday, sorry.
Yeah, they're doing their HOK show tomorrow. Yeah. The 31-year anniversary of House of Crazies, which is sick at the shelter. And fucking ABK is doing Native Funk. He's never done that.
We should try to get them on the show.
Who? HOK?
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
I think that's possible.
It would just be them. I mean, they're not going to like fucking put on the mask and fucking hoodies.
Bullshit. Bullshit they won't. That would be dope.
That would be dope.
I don't know, dude. I'm gonna have a movie on the side of the house and shit, and handing out candy here. If you want to come on,
I can show the show. If you want to.
I just made you big so he could look at your.
I mean, I was trying to show it to him, and then I guess I got too close to my microphone, and you fucking muted me like a little bitch. I didn't know I was that close.
No, you were really loud, like a little bit.
Yeah, you were insanely loud.
No, I didn't know that. You guys got to go. Hey, you're being loud. I don't know where the microphone is on this, man.
It's loud. And then you just deleted yourself like a little bitch.
No, I fucking left like a little bitch because you're a little bitch. You fucking little bitch.
Your bitch is little.
You motherfucker! That's what it got.
But yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I figured I'd come home and just work. And I'm going to Indiana on Friday.
What's in Indiana?
Jesse Murph.
Nice.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah.
We should get her on.
I'm
It's
trying.
not gonna happen.
I've been trying.
You should tell her that we got some good footage of her from River Beat Fest or whatever.
You should tell her we got some wild ones on the show. She might really say that.
Wow, ones.
If I can talk to her, I will tell her all these things. But if
gotta
I don't get to
pay
talk
for
to
a
her,
wild one.
at least I get to look at her. I think I'm going to drive back home. That's the part I'm concerned about.
Same day. What is that? Where's she playing at?
It's at Purdue College, West Lafayette, Indiana. It's like 4.5 hours.
What's the capacity on that venue?
I don't know. It's not. I don't think it's that big. It's part of. It's like the college hall.
Yeah.
The problem is all the hotels in this area are over $300 a night because 1 hour away in Indianapolis is Taylor Swift.
Oh shit.
Yeah, 2
What
nights
about
with
Joe and
Taylor.
Franny? Would it
They will be in Fort Wayne for the first night of the fucking Long Live Evil tour, which is 2 hours further away from where I'm going.
Who else? What about Jeff?
I don't know who that is.
There you do. Dude, we ain't talked to it.
I mean, I know a lot of people named Jeff. I don't know who you're talking about. Talking about her ex?
Yeah,
Oh, God.
I think that's the only other person we fuck. Well,
I haven't
No,
talked to
there's gotta be
Daw.
other
I talked to
people.
Murray. She won't be there. She's like hours away working.
oh yeah, she's a little far.
Because I was like, oh, I could drive 40. The closest hotel that's under $300 is 45 minutes away. I was like, oh, I could drive 45 minutes, or I could, if I drive 45 minutes, I can drive another 20 to your house, which is like an hour and 15 minutes. But whatever.
Why don't you just do the 45-minute ride? Trust me, dude. That 4.5 hours is a long fucking ride.
No, I know.
That 45-minute ride is going to be fucking long enough after the show.
Yeah. I
I
agree
did
with you.
After the float one year, and I'm like, fuck.
I wouldn't even want to drive the
First
20
year.
minutes back to the hotel from the float, let alone.
Facts.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I obviously have no plan on drinking.
Yeah, stay with fucking Nasty and Christine.
Where do they live? Aren't they closer to Fort Wayne? They're closer to Fort Wayne, which is 2 hours further than where I'm going.
Are they?
I mean, 2 hours is better than
I've
4.
never been to this west. It's West Lafayette. So like Indianapolis is here, West Lafayette is here, Fort Wayne is here. It's somewhere we've never gone. It's in a weird fucking little spot. Yeah, Indy's an hour away. I was hoping. I was like, oh fuck, I'll drive an hour. I mean, it sucks, but it's better than 4.5.
Yeah, because I think what show did we go to? What show did we go to that we rode with Franny and
When we went to
what show?
talking about when we went to Kokomo from their house.
That's right. Yeah, that was like an hour or something.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that was when we did. That was a Strictly for the Wicked.
Yeah.
That was the first time you met Alizulu.
That was the first time I've been in a music video.
Yeah?
No, that wasn't the music video. That was the first time I met them guys.
Yeah, yeah. You immediately complained to Joe about whatever was wrong with One Eye's order because you had ordered One Eye something.
Oh yeah,
You
no,
remember?
I just let him know. I didn't complain about nothing. I just let him know. I didn't get the shit.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, he made it up. Kind
Yeah, I
of.
don't remember. But yeah, that's literally the first night of that tour. They're gonna be there. Marissa's gonna be there. Everyone's gonna be 2 hours away from me in the same state. But it's like
Stay with me.
I'm not going 2 hours
She's gonna be at
further.
the show though, right?
At their show.
Oh,
It's
she's
her-
not going to the Murphy show, the Jesse Murphy show.
No, she's going to the
The Zool
Fun
show.
Time. But I'm like, you
Say
guys are
that's
literally
where
going to
it's
be
at,
2
yeah.
hours away from me in the same state, but in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
If they were 2 hours closer to home, that'd be a different conversation.
That'd be like here in Branson.
yeah,
For real, like here to Branson. I don't know why I picked
we'll
Branson.
be at a. Speaking of that, we'll be at a Long Live Evil show going down at Pops.
Next Saturday.
Mhm.
Not this coming Saturday, but next.
Friday.
I guess Dead
believe
Body
it's a
Man won't
Friday,
go.
right?
Or Friday. Is it a Friday?
I believe it's a Friday.
That might be even better.
Yeah, it is a Friday. It's 100% a Friday because I'm supposed to go to Chicago on Saturday, and
Dead Body Man
Scum
won't
and
be there.
Insane Poetry is on Sunday.
That's not necessarily true. I might
It
be there.
is. You fucking boycott these motherfuckers, bro.
No, I might be there.
Your
Well, if you don't-
your wife boycotted them, so you're boycotting them.
No.
There's lots of other freshness on there, like Replicon Radio, Super Famous Funtime Guys, SON, Alizulu, Risk,
But we're not
Frodo
doing
the
it.
Ghost, Mr.
I
Green.
mean, we're on the flyer. I feel like I have to be there. So
We are
it's-
on the flyer.
I want. Can I touch base on this? I'm going to try not to hate on it by any
Okay.
means. I'm not. No disrespect to anybody that's on this flyer.
Okay,
that means me too, bro.
We are Replicon Radio, yes,
we are.
but
No, I
no,
was saying like you can't hate on me.
no. I literally mean no disrespect to any one of these people on this flyer.
Okay. I'm excited for this.
If we're not doing anything but putting up a merch booth, okay, just follow me.
I'm already fucking ahead of you, but I'm trying to stand still.
Why are we gonna kiss somebody's ass to set up a merch booth if we're not doing anything with the show other than having a merch booth?
Well,
I feel that's what we're doing.
I need you to.
I feel like that's what we're doing. We're kissing somebody's ass.
What is it? What does the 8-ball say? Concentrate and ask again. I need you to concentrate and ask again. I don't understand the question.
Let me put it in this word of terms.
Or should I ask the question back? Whose ass are we kissing?
Let me reword this. The person who put us on the flyer. That would be the answer to your question.
Who physically put us on the flyer, or who asked to put us on the flyer?
Who promoted us on the flyer?
Who? What'd you say, Tony?
I said, who promoted us on the flyer?
Perfect.
We're promoting us on the flyer.
No, because like whoever's putting the flyer out with us on it,
the promoter,
like who's promoting us?
Mr. Green and Frodo the Ghost.
Okay.
And which one asked us to do something here?
How did we get on the flyer?
Yes,
they wanted us to be a part of the show. Come out.
What are we doing?
Shit.
What are we doing?
Come out, set up your shit.
So why are we on a flyer?
I have an answer for this question. I'm just waiting for the actual.
We're waiting for your fucking answers. But
right.
Well, because you didn't ask the right question. Because we're not sucking anybody's.
Why are we on the flyer? Why are we on the
promoters of the show wanted to add us to
promote
their show.
So we promote it for them.
Absolutely.
So
in return, we set up our booth and we do our thing.
Okay.
I think it's a smart decision.
Yes.
I didn't say anything about it. That's why I said I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We're not kissing anybody's ass. They asked us.
Who asked us? I think only one person.
Frodo and Sean collectively.
Did they really both ask us?
Yes, they went in together.
Perfect.
They spent the money. They bought the tour.
Perfect.
They said, we want you guys to be on the show.
Okay.
I don't know about hosting or anything like that. We just want you to come out, set up a booth.
Well, we're not doing none of that.
And then I got a message from Edward, the fun time man. He said, he's like, can I have your logo? And I'm like,
I'm not worried
sent
about
it.
that.
And I said, and then I asked why. I sent it, and then I asked why.
Bro.
I know, but obviously he's way easier.
Why didn't he just message his bandmate? He made it.
Yeah, but I have it right there. It's way easier.
I know.
That was the question I had.
But I literally said why, and he goes, well, because I'm making their flyer for St. Louis, and they wanted you to be on it. He's like, I don't know what you guys are doing, but I'm excited you're there. I go, I don't know what we're doing either, but I'm glad I get to come hang out with my friends.
We're gonna need some gas money,
and I'm gonna be there. Yeah, we need some gas money. I'm gonna need about 5 cents in gas money. Goddamn it.
You're coming to pick us all up.
I'm gonna need about 25 cents in gas money
for you to come all the way out here, pick us up, and drop.
I'm gonna need $600 in fucking ticket money for when I get fucking pulled over.
Right.
No, I'll be there. I'll be like, I'm excited for us to be there.
You need to explain yourself.
What?
That comment doesn't even make sense. But thank you, D, as well. He says P does everything by himself. It should be you too. No, he said the history from P and y'all not liking Zool to being a part of their show.
I have no problem with Zool.
When was that ever?
Zool didn't ask us to be on this fucking flyer. The promoters did.
When did P ever have a problem with Zool?
I just said you might. I don't know.
That's what I'm. Well, you do know that I don't.
I know one of them had a problem with you. That's what I said.
That's not public knowledge. Shut your mouth.
Mark, if you're going from the beginning, we may have not liked him in the first couple of weeks, but then we were like, okay, we fucked with him.
No. Hammer was there.
Musically?
Hammer was there the day that we presented them with award.
He's talking about 2017, the first time we had him on, when none of us liked them musically.
Well, we didn't know who the fuck they were.
Yeah. And just listen, it was like,
Yeah.
I interviewed them before I listened to them, and it was chaos. It was fucking chaos.
It did, didn't it?
No, I was gonna. I wanted to hear. I want to know where I can find it. I was curious where I could hear that at.
I think I had that episode downloaded somewhere. If you need it, I think I have it downloaded somewhere.
Do you? Can we send it to me?
Well, I have all the you know when we had that whole catalog of episodes that we needed to download.
Mm-hmm.
I downloaded them, and I have to find them. I'm not 100% sure where I have them, but I have them somewhere. I downloaded our whole catalog before we became our entity on YouTube that we are now.
Ooh. But where's the one that you did? Is what I'm asking. I want to hear that. Was that before us or after us?
What are you talking about? No, I didn't hear what he was talking about. What are you talking about?
You said you interviewed them before you listened to their music. I didn't know when you did that.
I was talking about when they were on our show.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about something completely different.
No.
That's what I was saying. I want to hear that.
No.
Like, I don't even know you was doing shit without us. That's dope.
No.
You gullible son of a bitch. You believe that motherfucker out of his mouth right now? God damn it, Tony. I thought I knew you better than that.
No, I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. He was like, I forgot I was talking to a Down syndrome.
He's saying shit. I'm over here fucking bugging up, laughing my ass off. And you still just gullible as fuck, like, oh no, when we had him on.
Yeah, I know, right? D, I was gonna die.
That's just funny to me. I'm sorry, man. He's just giving you shit.
You're in the same room as him. You can hear him. I can only hear what's coming through the speakers.
But no, Merle, we have never
mumbles under his fucking breath.
Merle, we have never, ever disliked Zool.
I've never have. I mean,
we may not like it. We don't talk to us now.
Never disliked Zool. We have a huge history with Zool. It's 90% positive.
Yeah, but we just don't like that they don't talk to us now.
I mean, we brought them on when nobody knew them. They told us many a times that we were one of the catalysts that helped them get their deal with Magic Ninja. Not the only one. Obviously, they did a lot themselves and a couple other people.
Oh, they did it. They're a huge part of why they signed with that.
But I'm saying, like, we helped to get Juggalos and underground people to know who the fuck they were. They said that. We hosted the release party for the largest album they've ever done still to this day.
Which is great.
You know what I mean? Like, that motherfucker was on Billboard charts, and we fucking hosted the whole event.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad at it if we hosted, but I know we're not going to with other people on that bill.
Yeah, we've had a great history. They've won tons of awards. I love them. I love them guys. I'll fucking give Joe Black a kiss right now.
As far as I go, I've never had. I mean, every interaction I had with them was 100% good.
I got drunk one time and fucking Lee Carver got mad at me. That's the only thing that's ever happened that was bad.
I'll give Lee a hug right now.
I'll give him a hug right now too. We don't have any fun. I just DJ'd Axmas last Christmas.
I'll give him some motherfucking mustard.
I'm DJ'd. DJ Freaky P was back for one night.
Back.
And I technically didn't get paid because I fucked up and left my money in the fucking Uber.
Oh.
The fuck did they pay you in?
Money.
Actual money, and you just left it? What?
Yeah, it was stapled. It was stapled with a piece of paper. And it was like this weird wad. And I had it. I had the merch, which I couldn't set up because I was by myself, and I had to fucking DJ the whole time. So I had a car full of merch. So I brought like my cooler and my bag with me in the Uber. And then my money was just in my hand because it was like stapled together and hard. And I just left it sitting next to me, I guess.
Why isn't the first move that you get when they hand you that fucking paper is to take the dollar bills off the paper and put it in your pocket? What's wrong with you?
Good question.
Yeah, if I knew that.
Both of those are good questions. Why did you unwad it and put in your pocket? And what is wrong with you?
Well, applicable at any point in time in your timeline.
I don't know. I know at the end of that night I drank a lot because I couldn't drink a lot the whole time because I.
Is that when they handed it to you? Was that the end of the night?
Yes.
Okay. The question has been answered.
The very end of the night.
Okay, question has been answered. All right.
And once Zool went on stage, besides Teardown, my job was finally done. I didn't have to make sure everybody's fucking music played anymore. So I was like, we're fucking drink. You know what I mean?
As far as he knows, he might not even gotten paid.
No, I did.
They handed him fucking.
Do we have any footage?
Monopoly money stapled to a piece of paper. A fucking timeline. Yeah.
See, I love that question, and that's one of the things in the whole world that I'm always mad about all the time. Is that we don't have a lot of that stuff because guess what? We're on fucking stage doing it, and nobody gives a fuck about us more than we give a fuck about us. So like when I'm at a show, I know that people want to see their shit. You know what I'm saying? Like good or bad. If somebody up so that they're hosting, I would make sure to at least get a little clip. Even you know what I mean? Obviously, I can't be there all the time. When artists are on stage, I try to get clips of everybody because I know that's important to people if you're at that event and they're fans. But nobody ever does that for us. There's been many times I've thought about setting up a tripod in the crowd, but then I have to leave my shit there, which I don't want to do.
And for me, like when I'm at an event that I'm hosting, for me, I'd like to take on the burden of keeping the timeline. So like I know when people are supposed to go on, so I'm going out to contact these artists to make sure they have their sounds in, all the fucking music in, and I'm running around with like a chicken with my head cut off, doing this, that, and the other. I have no fucking wherewithal to set up a tripod and record myself introducing these people.
Right.
Thank God.
I was gonna say right. But yeah, it's you don't think about it in the moment because we're all busy or we're all stressed or everything's 10 minutes late. You know what I mean? Like whatever it is, we're like fuck. We gotta get. And now the battery's dead in the mic. Where the fuck is Joe? Where's this guy? You know what I mean? We're like fuck. And then later you're like, man, that was actually dope. Well, there's some video, but most of it sucks.
Yeah.
There's a whole video. I was filming most of us on stage for Corey Feldman, which is fucking entertaining as hell to me because fucking Tony like has a panic attack and starts crying.
I still panic about that. I hated that. 0 out of 10. I don't want that to ever happen again.
It's the best time ever.
D, let me tell you this. You're gonna remind us on November.
Tell them to book us. All these people are saying you should do this or do that. Tell them to book us.
Yeah, it's not our
I'm
problem.
not asking people to be on their shows anymore.
D, honestly, you're gonna remember to remind us November 29th. What's the last Monday show we have before we go to Jaeger Slam? You're gonna remind us on that Monday that when we go to Jaeger Slam that weekend, that we need to set up a tripod and record us hosting Jaeger Slam.
It's Monday, December 2nd.
December 2nd. There you go.
Days before.
So the week before we go to Jaeger Slam, we'll set up a tripod because we'll be there early enough. We can put up a tripod. We can make sure it's out of the way of everybody, and we'll record us.
I will 100% forget to do that.
Not if he reminds us.
I will still forget because December 6th, when we were hosting, it's my fucking birthday. I'm not going to
December 6th,
anything.
but we're going to be hosting December 5th.
Nope, we're hosting December 6th. 5th
Is that
is the
Friday?
pre-party. Yes, sir. Yes.
So we'll remember. Be like, hey, man, because we're going to get there and be like, hey, remember, D said he reminded us to put up a fucking tripod. And we're going to remember that because we're not going to be drinking yet. Right? Right? Right?
That's what you're saying.
I'm putting it in the calendar now. I'm putting it in the calendar now, Rue.
You should just go live for all of Jaeger Slam.
That would work too. Yeah, bro, we're all on Facebook together. Yeah, we're all friends.
We're all friends here. Hey, next Monday, nobody even knows this yet. I'm telling you for the first time. We got the fucking Deadly Apples on the show.
And I know absolutely nothing about
Who
them.
the fuck is the Deadly Apples, you may ask?
They're like a metal group, right?
They're like an industrial group.
Industrial. Like a techno shit.
No, like
Give me an example.
9 Inch Nails, Marilyn Manson,
Oh, okay, yeah.
Orgy.
Yeah. All right.
They're a Canadian rock industrial metal band based in Montreal, Quebec.
No, Mark, we do not have the Who on. We have Deadly Apples next week.
They have toured the world with Rob Zombie and Marilyn Manson. They have songs with members of Korn.
All right.
They've done way bigger things that should not land them on Replicon Radio.
No, I agree with everything you just said. Absolutely.
They released their EP back in 2017 with members from Ministry. They toured with Rammstein all throughout Canada. They have played Knotfest, They supported the Deftones in Mexico. They went on tour with Korn in Japan and Tokyo. They were on the entire arena and amphitheater tour with Marilyn Manson and Rob Zombie for the Twins of Evil tour.
Fuck you, Mark. I'm sorry.
They played Hellfest.
He ain't wrong.
All these huge things in foreign countries, and then they kind of took a break. They recorded a new record featuring members of Filter and Nine Inch Nails, and it comes out this year.
So, can I ask a question?
And we're going to talk about it.
How the fuck did they land up on our show?
Well,
I mean, is it the
well, what had happened was,
is it the 5,000 viewers, subscribers we have, or?
Yep.
Because I feel like they are way bigger than we are.
Please don't fucking group message and video call us. Oh God. Sorry, I just read that comment. I wasn't on that page. Don't bring that shit up. Don't put that voodoo out
Hey,
there.
bro, yeah. He ain't wrong. He
To
ain't
be
wrong.
fair, a friend of mine enjoys their music and discovered them, and they were opening for Marilyn Manson,
Can you tell me who this friend
and
is?
like became friendly with them, introduced them to me, and I was like, "Oh, these guys are fucking dope. Why have I never heard of them?" And they're like, "I don't know." And then I reached out and I said, "Hey, my friend told me about you guys. We'd love to have you on." And they're like, "That actually works out great because we're working on a new album that comes out this year." And there you go.
Can you tell me who that friend was?
Yes, I can.
Off air.
It was Lily. Doesn't
Oh, I don't think I know her. I think I only met her once.
We met her a bunch of times back in the day, but we didn't hang out all the time back then.
Yeah, that's probably it.
You remember when early Replicon days, she wanted us to host concerts and parties at the bar?
Oh yeah.
That was her.
The bar that
The Handlebar
Yeah, the bar we never went to.
at the Grove.
is it? Can we still do that?
Not, I don't know. She doesn't work there anymore. So I don't know. She lived in New Orleans for many years, and now, yeah. Now I'm gonna do it for the P and sing you happy birthday at Jagger Slam.
Who's in that?
Free. He's trying to spell my name, and he's fucked up 4 times.
Freaky.
Freely P. They call me Freely P. Isn't it? What's his name again? What's the other guy's? Porterhouse Dan or something? The fuck is his name? God damn, I don't even remember.
The porterhouse.
I can't even remember what happened an hour ago. What's your fucking name?
Say my name.
What's
say
his
my
name, bro?
I have no idea who the fuck you're talking about.
Fucking Porterhouse Dan or whatever.
D.
Penthouse Dan. Not Dead Body Man, but what did fucking Curly call him?
Oh, Peabody.
Peabody Dan.
Peabody Dan.
Peabody Dan. It's Peabody Dan and Freely P. And then this little Joey over here. Freely P's in the halls.
And sleeps in your recliner.
That's true.
Oh, that's Yankees for. I'm fucking tripping, dog.
What else is going on? You said you watched a bunch of movies. Did you watch The Fucking Substance yet?
No, I was going to, but I started falling asleep a little bit, and I was like, I ain't gonna watch that. I watched
Venom 3.
Yeah, I seen you was at the movies for that.
Mm-hmm. I did a lot of shit this week.
You want to tell me about that, or you want me to tell you about my shit?
Yeah, I'd rather you tell me about yours. Venom 3 was fine.
It wasn't that good, huh?
It's fine. It's not.
I got you.
I mean, if you like the first 2, you'll like the third one, but it's not like
it's
not groundbreaking or anything. It's just
so what was that last week? We were talking about the Humpty Dumpty movie. I did watch the first one.
Was he an egg?
No, it's a doll. Just
same
doll.
doll in the first one. Did they explain why he's not an egg?
No, but
did you learn about the king's horses and the king's men?
No, but I learned about where this fucking doll came from.
Was he a ding ding doll?
Kinda.
Okay.
So there's a mom and then 2 daughters. One of the daughters was adopted. The mom had a miscarriage at one point. The youngest daughter was adopted. But her husband made this doll for her.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of like a ding ding doll. The husband made this doll for her. And the doll, the doll is obviously it's corrupt. And
Corrupt.
It does stuff. We talked about it eating people's necks the last time.
Is this doll a politician?
Yes.
Where's the money coming from? Where is it?
But she ended up selling this doll or getting rid of it. And then she's got dementia, so she's like losing her memory and shit. And the daughters think it'll be a good idea to take her away from her home way in the city to go back to the home that they lived in out in the country.
Mm-hmm.
And they went into town and the mom seen this doll and she was like, I want that fucking doll. And it's like they're in like a foreign country. It was like they were in since they were offering pounds for the guy was like, I'll give you like 600 pounds for this fucking doll. Yeah. And the lady was like, no, 1,000. And she's like trying to, basically bargain her down, and they got her down. But as she was going to come back the next day to get this doll. Well, they show up at the house and the doll's sitting on the front doorstep. Like, how the fuck did this doll even get here? Because we were on the road, literally left the store where this fucking doll was.
Mm.
And it ended up beating them there, and it was on the doorstep when they pulled up.
And
so they thought that was fucking weird. So it, like, a lot of shit happens, and the mom starts to realize, like, why she got rid of this doll. Like, there's a whole fucking other story that goes involved with this. And I don't want to give too much away just in case anybody does see this. It was actually really fucking good. Really fucking makes the second one make a whole lot more sense.
Really?
And there's a third one. And I was telling Peter this before we went on the air. There is a third one, and I haven't watched it yet. But I'm going to. The second one was kind of weak compared to the first one. The second one was kind of weak, but it explained a lot of shit. The first one definitely explained a lot of shit for the second one. And the second one did have a lot of shit for the first one too. So you do got to kind of watch them in order, which I did not. Yeah. But it made more sense after watching the first one. What else did I watch? I watched Blood and Honey 2. You going bye-bye for this?
I just have to pee, bro.
Oh. So I watched Blood and Honey 2. Way better than the first one. A little different. They say it's Winnie the Pooh, Piglet, Owl, and Tigger. But the only two that I've seen in the movie was Pooh and Owl. The only two characters I've seen in this movie. And
now, were the other characters in the first one? Like,
no, Piglet was.
Okay.
Piglet and Pooh were in the first one.
I heard Piglet was an actual pig.
It had like a pig face.
No, I was joking. Throwback.
Yeah, no, a pig face Dean? Oh, no.
No, when I was like, I wasn't sure what Piglet was because it didn't look like a fucking pig to me.
Yeah, I remember now.
Even though it's in the name, I know it, but it's like,
right.
Anyway, yeah.
You can definitely tell that the second one had a bigger budget. I thought it was really good. I think it's way better than the first one because the first one was kind of weak because you're like, all right, whatever. This is fucking not a Winnie the Pooh shit. It's fucking stupid. The second one actually goes a little deeper involved with like Christopher and Winnie the Pooh. It actually makes more sense for like the books to where the first one didn't. The first one was pretty much, you knew Christopher and the Forest Acres, that he would always go see Winnie the Pooh and Piglet at the Forest Acres or whatever, and that they turned, and he went try to convince them that that he was back. But the second one actually explains a little bit more, and it makes a lot more sense. And I thought it was good, and there's a lot of gore in this.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Like Terrifier 3?
I haven't seen that yet, so I can't.
It's on the website.
Oh, yeah, I have it. I like I said, dude, I had I've got a list of fucking shit to watch. And what else did I watch?
We watched the one movie we can't talk about it.
I watched the one movie we can't talk about.
We'll talk about it in a couple of weeks, though.
Yeah, Tony, you got some homework to do.
Me
I
too.
know. Walnuts? Yeah. Well.
And yeah, that one.
It's funny that I only remember to watch it when I'm getting ready to go live for Replicon, and I'm like, fuck.
Right. I did watch the movie Mousetrap. It's the Mickey Mouse horror movie. And
You know, the one's not out yet. It's from the people who did Pooh. It's called Steamboat, the Mickey Mouse one. It's not out yet.
yeah, well, this is like a ripoff of Mickey Mouse. I mean, it's got like the 1919 fucking Mickey Mouse fucking mask and shit, though. It's pretty fucking cool. Like, there's some shit in there that is very valuable and old, but right off the bat, it tells you that Disney had no part of this and wants no part of it, and basically Disney trashed the shit out of it, whatever.
Yeah, they lost the IP of the Steamboat Willie version of Mickey Mouse, which is why people are the same way they don't have Pooh.
Yeah. And so this basically takes place in like a, I guess like like an arcade, if you will, like kind of like a Dave and Buster's where you like win tickets and shit. You turn your tickets in and win prizes for like little kids, like kind of like a Chuck E. Cheese, but not exactly like leave all the puppets out of it, and it's basically a Chuck E. Cheese. But the two workers there, they get word that there's a kids party coming in, that they got to stay later, and it's like a private party, and it turns out that it's a birthday party, and it's for one of the gals that is working there.
It's a birthday party.
Doesn't really give anything away. So they're all just like kind of hanging out in there, and they thought they were going to be working, but it's her birthday, and they wanted to surprise her because they've been going to this place since she was like a little kid. Well, her and the friends and everybody, they've been going there since they were like little kids. And then the manager, whatever, he's like, you guys need to stay here, do this, you got this party, it pays overtime, it pays double time, this and that and another. And then shit just goes through the fucking, like, they're like, fine, fuck it, whatever, and shit just hits the fan. It's not as gory as Blood and Honey. There are some parts in there that have a lot of blood in it, but for the most part, it was actually a decent movie, but I wouldn't say it was like a great movie.
It's not as good as Blood and Honey.
No, definitely not. Not the second. Yeah, second Blood and Honey. No.
What about the first Blood and Honey?
It's probably about the same. As far as like, if I had to give it a grade, they'd be the same, like a C.
It's like the first one was a shitty horror movie, just in a gory aspect, and the second one is a shitty horror movie from a storyline aspect. That's what I'm gathering.
Yeah, Blood and Honey 2 is way better than the first one.
Yeah, but
I'm
talking about one.
But one, yes, is very shitty. The first one is, yes. But you can't go, like I said, like I told you, you can't go into the first one thinking it's a Winnie the Pooh movie, because it's fucking not. It's a guy with a fucking bear mask on and a fucking dude with a pig face on. Pig mask. I mean, it's not terrible, but there's people, like, we've talked about it, but there's friends of mine that watched it and they're like, oh my God, it's the dumbest fucking movie ever, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no, dude, it really wasn't that bad. But the second one, watch the fucking second one. They had a bigger budget. It was way better. Yeah, you're watching the trailer now, or half of it. Probably can't.
The quality of this movie looks 10 times better than the first Pooh.
Well, it is.
For sure. Just based off the trailer alone, it actually looks like something I could stand to watch for more than 47 seconds.
Yeah, it is. I mean, yeah. Yeah, it's actually really good.
It was shot on an iPhone.
Fuck yeah, it was.
I liked it. I liked it. It was good.
Merle, that'd be cool, wouldn't it? Someday.
When are you doing the Jackal Brothers Pooh?
As soon as people buy the fucking Pooh-Linkos.
The Jackal Pooh. Because I'll buy it. I'll buy both covers of Jackal Pooh. Metal.
And the
Pooh Master was probably going to be next.
Yeah, but you gotta sell
But I need to sell some
Carnival of Carnage
Pulinkos.
ones and the Pulinkos.
There's not many Carnival of Carnages left, so I'm not that worried about that.
Yeah.
I don't mind having a few, but
Right.
I have a majority of the Pulinko still. Everyone was going on and on and on about, you should do Malenko, you should do Malenko. So instead of doing an order like my original plan, I skipped to Malenko.
Right.
And that's what I get for fucking listening to people.
Well, true.
There's 4 versions of Malenko, and there's 2 different kinds. There's metal and virgin. So you don't have them both because there's 8 of them. The Jackpool Brothers.
What else did I watch? Is that it?
But yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. I mean, obviously, like Tony said at one time before, regardless if they sell or not, I'm gonna do fucking all of them. My God, you can't just do fucking 2 of the 6 Joker cards.
You gotta have them for your collection. I mean, I might get a ring poo. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that was the original plan. I was gonna do regular, gold foil, and then the medals. Each version of the book has 17 medals, which are limited edition and rare.
I'll probably get the medals for the Jalenko poos.
The Linko Poo?
Yeah,
The
hopefully.
Jalenko poos.
Thank God I don't put names on them, so you don't have to fucking call it that.
The Jacko poos.
The amazing Jack Poo.
That sounds like an exotic bird from the tropics that Galapagos fucking discovered.
I was gonna. To be fair, my plan was to do another one too. That's Juggalo, but not ICP.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
a Ouija poo,
that would make way too much sense.
a fucking gutter poo,
There you go.
gutter water poo.
That would just be a Nirvana poo.
Yeah, a Nirvana poo.
Yeah, because he stole that from Nirvana.
Yeah, but he made it a toxic waste baby.
Oh, it's not that, but I'm not going to tell you what it is because then it would ruin it.
Well, yeah. See, this is why we do the show in person, so we can have that magic behind the scenes.
Yeah, but you're not here today.
I'm not. I'm missing out on the magic. I hate it.
Call me the dead body man. I'll be in Joliet tomorrow, fucking rocking out to my 3rd day of Juggaloism in 4 days.
Oh, yeah. You gonna go stay at Kara's house?
No, I'm staying at Harris' house,
Oh, Harris' house. All right.
Harris Casino.
Hey, you gonna win that money back, baby?
I hope. I probably want to gamble. I usually don't.
I know. We were gonna do that one thing where we were gonna go gamble, and it didn't happen.
I did gamble at that because I didn't do the thing we were going to do.
That is true. That is
So I
true.
ended up just gambling and hanging out with fucking friends,
Yeah.
which was still fun, but not as fun.
No, I really wish I would have went to that show. But I mean, like, we didn't have tickets. I wish I would have handled that differently, but, whatever.
Yeah.
I fucked up.
I say that about you most of the time.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, Harris.
That's kind of fucked up,
It's literally a block from the Forge in Joliet. It's fucking great,
Yeah.
and it's like one of the cheapest hotels in that area. It's like it's not
Nice.
expensive, especially when you're splitting it with someone. It was like $38 a piece or something.
Yeah.
Can't beat that. And you can walk to the parking. The parking lot is in between the venue and the casino.
That's crazy.
They got tickets available. Go with you. That's tomorrow.
Yeah.
We coming back tomorrow.
I can 100% get you a ticket.
There we go.
Someone literally just texted me and said
free or sale.
they were like for less than what they originally cost.
40.
Yeah.
I figure that's about what they're going for, without fees.
Come on, let's go. Barbie's going
We'll come back tomorrow night.
tomorrow day. Or no, I have a room at Harris. I'm sleeping there.
I just call it work. I'm sick. Boss ain't making it. Fuck off.
Fuck it.
It's pretty tempting. But
That's what 18-year-old Rue would have done. Not fucking 48-year-old Rue.
I'm far from.
I'm going
48,
backwards,
bro.
dude. I'm going backwards. I'm like, fuck it, I'm doing it. I'm in that part of my life.
I love it though. I love
For the
that.
most part, not everything. I still have to say no to some things, but as much as I can do. That's why I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna go to the movie on fucking Thursday. I'm gonna go to the bar on Friday. I'm gonna go to ICP on Saturday and Sunday. I'm gonna do Replicon on Monday. I'm gonna go to ICP on Tuesday. I'm gonna work for a little bit in between there. I'm gonna go see Jesse Murph on Friday.
As somebody that has found difficulty in motivating myself to do such things, I'm so excited to see my friend do that. I love that for you, and I hope that doesn't slow down.
He's so sarcastic.
It wasn't sarcastic. I mean, I'm being legitimate. I know it. See, this is how P reacts to anything that people say nice about me. It's like, no, I'm being genuine. And I love to see that for him.
Yeah, do it, bro.
I want to see my friend succeed and do all kinds of crazy shit.
He's not succeeding. He's going to see fucking shows that's costing him money when he should be making money.
I said succeed. I don't know. I've been drinking,
but I'm enjoying.
Oh, you mean exceed in seeing shows?
No, I meant like
succeeding in life and
like
succeed
in having energy and succeed in doing.
I do not have energy
and like make. You're doing.
Have you fucking met P?
Zero energy, bro.
Okay, so he's doing it at half a mile an hour, but that's still half an hour more than me.
This motherfucker stopping every 10 minutes to fucking recharge, bro.
It's because he lives on a diet of fucking gravy and mashed potatoes. Come on, man.
That sounds amazing.
Every 10-minute charge is a fucking Bud Light or a fucking shot, bro. That's how he recharges himself.
That's how he gets through the night. Yeah.
I get it. I understand.
I'm alive, but I'm dead.
Even though he tried to mute me earlier, I want him to fucking thrive.
That bag on at least.
Oh, the horror.
Yeah.
Tell them, hit them up.
They're not together anymore.
They're not together.
No, they are.
They made some posts the other day like, we didn't break up. Everyone keeps saying
one of their songs came across my Spotify the other day, and I actually clicked on it, and I guess they have been releasing albums. They released an album last year and like a year or two prior. Like they're still active.
They're still together.
What are you drinking over
there? This is a Blue Moon, but I've been drinking. I have.
What was in the shot cups?
Oh, the shot glass.
Busted.
Not bad.
You seen that or what?
Fireball. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The last two shots you saw me take were half shots because.
I mean, I'm drinking full glasses of fucking whiskey over here.
Yeah.
I'm doing fucking 2 shots to your. What are these?
Doing a lot more. But I'm kind of I'm like 4 beers deep, and I've been taking shots and edibles and all that shit.
I'm 12 shots deep.
I'm drinking water.
Hell yeah. See, that's it. Yeah.
There's no vodka in that water.
There's vodka in that water.
That man is wasted.
No vodka. I'll be drinking.
Look at him.
I'm drinking tomorrow night at Joliet at the Insane Clown Posse show. You guys should come out. And,
didn't you say you were driving back home?
The next day, I have a room at Harris.
Sorry, that was my bad. Yeah, I remember. I said it, then I remembered. My bad.
Oh, you going to see Kara, huh?
No, he said Kara, and I said Hera because
I remember I said that. He said no, Harris.
No,
I know who's
Harris.
Yeah,
Harris Casino.
That's why I got brought up. Yeah.
Her ass got a lot of hair on it.
You're over there smoking D and drinking Mickey's, bro. That's
smoking
D and drinking Mickey's.
Wow, bro. I didn't know you was a pole smoker smoking that dick. But
damn,
hey, Merle, you do you, bro.
Tell Mickey we said.
You know what, Merle?
You do you, bro.
I said smoking dank, but you know what? You probably are smoking dick. You know,
smoking Mickey's D, baby. And that E. coli.
I was being way too nice to you.
You know, Trump works there.
That body, man. What are the odds of us getting you to come out to Astronomicon this year?
I
might as well.
First of all, it better not cost me a motherfucking thing.
I mean, you ain't. Hey, look, dog. You ain't gotta buy nothing. You just hang out in the parking lot and drink with me.
No, I'm talking about it. It better not be a motherfucking dollar out of my pocket. I'm not. Yeah, but that has nothing to do with Astronomicon. But
I mean,
my bad.
But, I mean,
there you go. There you go. No, I ain't buying no ticket. I ain't paying no fucking hotel. I ain't paying gas. Nah,
I mean, the only thing you'd have to pay for is hotel. But
so the answer is,
I ain't paying for shit. Yeah. Now, I'll come hang out, but I ain't paying for shit.
Oh, you just sleep in your car then.
I'll bring my beer and all that stuff. Like, I ain't saying you got to provide like a party for me. I'll get there. I'll take my own shit, but I'm not gonna be out my pocket to go to this mother.
Why did no? I didn't mute him. He could have kept talking. He's just shut up. So just
I respected the banner, dog.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
It's called showmanship.
I guess Jaeger Slam is about all we get with Tony this year.
Jaeger Slam.
I mean, no, that's the thing.
I'm just said it again. That's all.
Okay.
There's a lot of, I mean,
that's still going to cost.
So there's a lot of benefits to go to Jaeger Slam.
Like Jaeger.
I'm invited for one.
I just invited you to Astro.
No.
Yes, I did.
The event itself invited me out to be a part of it. That's a pretty big incentive.
Only because P got on his knees and sucked the dick.
Okay, well, he didn't suck enough dick for fucking Astronomicon, now did he?
Merle, where you at?
I like the fact that he didn't deny it.
Nope. I can still see the fucking stains in his fucking beard.
Damn. There's a lot of white in there.
Look at that.
Never.
He ain't saying shit.
I've never sucked a dick in my life.
He just takes it.
Dick, dildo, whatever.
No, he just takes it. He ain't got to suck it. He can just take it. His
what would sucking a dildo do for anyone?
I don't know what it does for you.
Nothing. Even if I did, how would that help?
It's P's pacifier.
Yeah, but how would that help? If someone was like, suck my dick, and I was like, okay, let me suck this dildo, they'd be like, that's
well, you practice.
Not the same.
You practice on the dildo.
No, he said I only take dick in my prison wallet, but I will suck on this dildo as a pacifier. It's my binky, dog.
Yeah. What do you know it? Parking lot party with my boy Blue. Well, P is going to wonder if stacked normal and randomly appear later. Cool.
I feel like I spent a lot of time in the parking lot at Astro last year.
You did. You did.
I mean, I had fun.
Yeah.
No, and to answer your question, Rue, is that what you would have to do to get me to come to Astro is to make Astro fucking cool, fun, worth fucking going to. It ain't not for me.
Like if I had Mikey personally call you and said, Tony, I apologize for being mean to you or whatever the case may be. Come on out, buddy.
Here's a promo code for Groupon.
That's hilarious, but no, it's not even that. I don't like them as people. I don't want to be around them. I don't need an apology. There's no apology due.
You're not around them. You're around the homies.
Yeah, no, but there's no apology due. It's just that I don't fuck with those people because they put off a bad aura. I don't like the way they conduct themselves. I don't like being around them. I don't like how they carry themselves. It's just people. There's people in your life that you don't like being around. I don't like being around those people. They could be completely fine people. I just don't like the energy they put off. That's really what it is. There are a few of those people that I really don't fuck with. But yeah, that's just what it is. It's just I don't like that aura that the Astronomicon puts on, and I just don't like it. So I don't put myself in that type of energy. I really don't.
I got you. You know who we haven't seen in a while? Rabbit to Goose.
That is true.
Where'd she go?
I don't know why I thought about that. I guess because we were talking about Astro and how we all spent some time. Well, I guess I spent a lot of time in the parking lot, and that was the first time we met.
Uh-huh.
See, that's the statement right there. Is that you had more fun being away from the fucking event than you did in the event.
He
That's
said that while you keep talking about it's not
I
about.
know. I'm just saying. I'm pointing it out again. That like that
But it's
just
about
shows.
the people that go and hanging out with the people that you miss.
Yeah, you have more fun hanging out with the people that go to the event than actually going to the event.
Yeah,
that speaks
That's every
leagues.
event. Yeah. That's why I go places.
I mean, that's probably 90% of the reason why I go to concerts,
Not
though.
even so they go anywhere.
To hang with the people.
That's why I keep doing this, so there's still people to talk to.
I just quit going to the gathering because I get tired of being fucking hot.
And walking 8 miles to the fucking car and the fucking stage.
Under attack. Please stand by.
I don't know what happened.
We was under attack.
Yeah.
We got attacked by the ninjas.
Oh, Rabbit the Goose. We miss you if you're out there. Say hello. We got anything else?
Yeah, I actually, Merle, I talked to Dana not too long ago. They were going to try to come out to Astro last year, and they, I guess for some reason, didn't. But I think they're going to try to come out again this year.
I don't know why my hand is itching so bad. It's so
Somebody's
fucking
thinking
weird,
of you, bro.
They've been
Money's
doing it a
coming your
lot
way.
this last fucking
Well, if
week.
your palm itches, that means you got money coming.
That's what I heard. I haven't gotten it yet.
What? Because you ain't working yet.
I work every day. I'll probably work tomorrow before I drive to fucking Joliet.
Yeah, see, Tony, you got to come out and hang out with Tigger and Kango.
Yeah, they never even met you.
They won't give you a bunch of signs that they painted. But they'll give you a
I
shot.
wish I could signs. That's dope. Shout out to signs.
Signs everywhere, signs.
That's a
Black.
cool dude. I wish he would come and hang out at more events. Honestly,
Who?
What event? What do you mean?
no, I'm
He's at
not.
all the events.
No, Art Man,
He's never been there.
the guy that does the sign, the guy that did the signs that came Dallas that came to the fucking town
47
one time.
times he went to all the events and you just weren't there.
No, you're talking about Kango. He's talking about.
I know
Mr.
who he's
Paint.
talking about, but I'm saying, how would he know if the guy was there or not?
That's true.
Because he would have told us in our chat.
Well, if he wasn't in chat that
He
day.
hasn't been in here in a while either.
Where's everybody at, Tony? Probably because you weren't hanging out with them. They feel left out.
He was here earlier when we first got on the air. He was here.
Was he?
Who, Mr.
Well,
Paint?
isn't he Art Man?
I don't think so. Maybe. That's Facebook guy. I don't know.
Oh, I thought he was Art Man now. I don't know. He's changed his name a few times.
You might be right. Never even thought about it.
San Antonio Fire Department, whatever fucking number. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
Artman's never said that, so I don't know.
Shout out to the San
Shout
Antonio
out.
Fire Department number 12.
Number 12, there. It could be a different person. I just figured that, that
Not either way.
Who are the three people watching? I guess I'm one of them.
I don't know.
That'd be fun.
Burp. See,
It's our
another
fair-
spoiler alert. You died.
Oh,
Spoiler alert, you die. Who the fuck said that? Bet.
I don't like how little that is.
I don't like the fact that it just came on.
That was
Yeah.
see, another spoiler alert. You died.
Yes. So in the script,
that
well, he tried killing me in the first movie.
Right.
So in a way, this was a long time coming. I was able to dodge literally the first bullet, but not this one. I think it's a beautiful ending in a way. When we had literally within the first 5 minutes of the movie, one of the major characters, Becky, Dante's wife, played by Rosario Dawson, you find out, spoiler alert, she has also passed away. And then you find out later on in the film as to why. And he has been, just so depressed and just lost since then. And in knowing that struggle, I thought it was a great way to speak to people who have had loss like that and who had gone through that. And I thought I had to do it justice.
Yeah, it's 1 minute clip.
He did die in that movie.
Spoiler alert.
I mean,
That was my interview with Brian O'Halloran, a.k.a. Dante from Clerks 1, 2, and 3, Clerks cartoon, and many other Kevin Smith movies.
have I seen the third? Yeah, the third one. Yeah, I've seen it.
You should go check it out.
Where can I buy a physical copy of that? Because I have all the other ones and I need that one.
Wherever you buy physical copies of any DVD.
Amazon.
There you go. Buy one. That's where you get it.
They got it on Amazon.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have to go buy it.
I have a DVD of it. I just bought Deadpool and Wolverine on Blu-ray.
Why? Oh, you said it sucked.
I never said it
Oh, you
sucked.
said you
I like that
seen
movie.
Venom 3.
Yeah,
How-
I want to watch all the
2
deleted
minutes, you got
scenes.
shitty movies. Yeah, 2 minutes, tell me about the shitty movies.
What shitty movie did I say?
Venom 3.
I didn't say it was shitty. I said it was fine. It's
That's
a fine movie.
that's
It's fine.
shit. That's shitty in your
No,
terms.
it's just not fucking great. I had fun. It was fun to watch. It was entertaining. There was a lot of cool moments. It didn't really add to anything. It was just, I mean, I liked the first two. This
Could
is
have been better.
sure. There's not a lot of stakes. There's not a lot of things that happen, but it's still a fun movie. It's a fun watch, but it's not like rush out and see it. Everyone should watch The Substance. That's what I think. I think that movie's fucking incredible, and compelling, and all that. This movie's just fun. It's fine. Like, I wouldn't say go to the theaters and watch it, but if you like Spider-Man or Venom movies or superhero movies and it comes on streaming and you can watch it. It's fine. It's fun. There's cool moments.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not like, you know what I mean? There's no deeper meaning to it. And there's no, even in movie where like Marvel movies, a lot of times there's big stakes. You're like, oh shit, this is going to happen next. You don't really get a lot of that.
So this is kind of like a wasted movie to like kind of hold people over
No,
for the big one.
it puts it together. I mean, I mean, there's some sad moments. It's the end of his trilogy as that character. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool, but it sets up other shit, which may or may not even happen because it's fucking Sony. You know what I mean? Like, and to be fair, I think the part that maybe made me like it less is there was so much buildup of this new character, Null, who was in the previews, who was like a really big thing in the Spider-Man world. He's the king of all symbiotes.
Yeah.
So they set him up as a character, barely. Like, he's in the opening scene and the ending scene. That's
So
it.
that's going to be pretty much the next movie.
Yeah, but the idea that people were saying in advance was they were going to set him up as the big bad for Spider-Man, and we were going to finally get the fucking Marvel Sony crossover because all these Sony movies never have a Spider-Man.
I don't think we're going to have
There's
that
5 movies in the Spider-Man universe that don't have a Spider-Man in them.
yet. I don't think we're going to have that yet.
What? That's what people
Crossover.
thought this was.
Yeah.
This was going to set it up because they've already set up Venom in MCU. There's a piece of him in there,
I think we'll get that in like probably like 3 or 4 more years.
and they're getting ready to do the Secret Wars and all that shit, which is where the black suit Spider-Man is supposed to be introduced. So the Venom, but I think they had to end his story here first. And the idea was they're going to set it up as like an end credit scene, but that didn't happen. So
Yeah.
like I was expecting some big like, oh shit, they're doing it moment,
Sure.
and I didn't get that.
Well, happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween.
It is that time.
We'll see you after that.
Y'all have a safe Halloween. Be careful out there. Make sure you check your kiddos' candies before they eat it. Make sure you check it for fentanyl. Eat it first.
Damn, they're putting fentanyl in the candy now.
I mean, fuck, you never know, bro. These fucking ignorant cocksuckers out here nowadays.
well, hopefully you guys don't die. If you do, we love you. If I do, I love you. If you're in Joliet, come say whoop whoop to me.
Whoop, whoop.
If you're not, hit us on the social medias. Whoop whoop.
Yeah,
Buy
like,
that man a water at the bar.
and go check out CongressmanCurly.org. You can sign up to be a part of the thing, like to go to those meetings or whatever. You can check out all the information. You can watch all his videos, which I encourage you to do.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's not just a shtick. It's a legitimate thing that he's trying to do.
And you can even buy merch. There's merch. You can buy fucking merch.
Support him. He's got a good cause, a good mission.
Follow him on social medias. Tell him you've heard about him on Replicon Radio, and then maybe we can have him back and get a little deeper.
Could you imagine if he gets the presidency one day and then we have him back on our show?
I don't know if you paid attention. He didn't really have any interest in that.
I mean, not right now.
Next week, we got Deadly Apples on the show.
Hell yeah.
Monday, November the 4th.
I'm interested as fuck. They did a lot of shit so far.
A lot of shit.
I mean, I say so far. They did a lot of shit in their career so far.
You're handing out PBRs and rollies to kids?
Yes.
That's dope.
Nice.
Hell yeah. All right, y'all.
And remember, if you would like to be a proud sponsor on Replicon Radio, shoot us an email at Therepliconiswatching@gmail.com for more information. Good night, y'all.
Bye.
Those who-
Travels, Pete. Safe travel.
Safe travels, day, buddy, man.
What about me, motherfucker? I gotta walk to the bedroom.
Safe
Oh,
travels.
safe travels, Rue. Safe travels, Rue.
Safe travels, everybody.
Safe travels, everybody, man.
We love you.
I think he gone. I'm going. I'm out.
Just kidding.
No, you hang out. No, you hang out.